It's Sunday. What up? What up? Let me make sure my volume is up. What's going on? I'm on my couch. It's Sunday evening. Hope everybody's getting ready for the week. We're about to have an excellent week. Whole lot of blessings coming your way. Hope everyone had brunch today. You know what I'm saying? Sunday, so we eat brunch. If you do that, bottomless mimosas. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink, but when I do drink, it's on Sunday at a brunch spot somewhere where it's bottomless. You know, I put pineapple in the champagne, pineapple juice. I'm a big fan of pineapple juice. But yeah, I'm a big fan of pineapples in general. Shout out to all the pineapple eaters in attendance today. Shout out to all the pineapple eaters, brothers, for your sexual health. Pineapples, 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 pineapples. It's good for the things going on down there. You know what I'm saying? For the sisters, we got okra water, okra, absolutely. Pineapples too, though. Pineapples and watermelon. Truly, watermelon. Big fan of watermelon. Tap like if you enjoy watermelon as much as I do. What's going on, Penelope? Tap like if you like watermelon. Appreciate you. I'm gonna bring this a little closer. Let's see what we talking about down here. I'm reading the comments. What's up? Don't know if it's racist. Only they race. What do you think? Well, I want to know what y'all think. If you don't know, don't ask me what I think. Dr. Robert, what up? Christy, what's going on? Salute. My brother, speak. Yes, no, yes, yes. There's a question mark on the end of that last yes. I wonder why there's a question mark. I am a napkin. Are you in a napkin holder? Are you in a napkin dispenser? Is that what you're saying? Are you a napkin or a paper towel? There's a difference. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all showing love. Thank you for commenting. Let me know you're in here. What's going on, family? Yes, please hit them likes. Thank you, Morpheus. Please hit them likes. Tap like, tap like. Let's get some people to join. We're over 2K likes now. So if anybody with over 1,000 followers or has the ability to go live, want to come up and answer questions for us, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Please feel free to join. 400 to join. So if it's 400, feel free. I think it's 400 for everyone outside the United States, though.
Okay, so listen. The
Yeah.
first one,
Mm-hmm.
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
The first one, when it comes to YT people, based on the context of what we're going through in 2023, and there's never been any level of correction or education on fixing the issues that have literally held and oppressed Black people, I would prefer they stay with their own people.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really,
I've thought similar.
it's very dangerous, the thought. So I
Right.
thought about it a lot. And I had a client who she's the official collector of brothers, and she is not Black. But it was very interesting for her need to show me some things. And I find it interesting. Any brother that they outside his race, I suggest that y'all wake up, because they really talk about y'all like y'all are toys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now me, I've thought similar, right? I thought deeply about this, and I I want to say I agree with you, and I would also say I'd really prefer, because I don't really give a damn what they doing with them, but I would really prefer that they leave us the hell alone.
That
You know what
part.
I'm saying? So it's kind of like the same thing, but just I'm focused more on them leaving us the hell alone. Cause leave us alone. If y'all want to go ahead and do other things with other people, then y'all go ahead. But leave us the hell alone. But we need to leave them the hell alone. So that's the other thing. So,
They
you,
speak.
but I hear you, sister. That it does. Except it also when they have that rhetoric where I only want to be with my own race, then that is echoing the sentiments of the reason why we have the problems we have.
The only reason I say that, brother,
Yeah.
no matter
Hmm.
if the it's a minority, right? With a YT
Hmm.
person, how
Hmm.
dangerous are they to that minority in
Oh,
their
yeah.
community, in their family?
Hmm.
That's why I said it. For me, it's more of a futuristic idea that they don't want to be corrected. They don't want to face the realities of
Yeah.
what the oppression has done to all these communities,
Hmm.
particularly Black people. But they
Hmm.
want to constantly supervise our community.
Hmm.
It's really weird.
But my thing is also, you know, that requires empathy of what's going on with non-black people. You see what I'm saying? For me, I would just prefer it if we left them hell alone, they left us the hell alone. And whatever they want to do with anybody else, best of luck to y'all. That's y'all problem. Let them like I'm not I've stopped even like me, there is so much work in unifying just us that needs to be done that I can't even if they wanna, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
That's just
yes.
you know, I hear you though. I definitely hear you. I wish we could have that conversation. It's TikTok too that's censoring me right now, but I would
That's
like
the
to have that
thing.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I also we don't need to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's them. That's
Open.
they. I hear you. All could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hi. My age is, I'm a biracial, black woman, and I'm sorry, what was the next question?
Did you say your pronouns?
She, her.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And go ahead and answer the questions for us, or whichever one you want. The floor is yours.
The part that says is it racist to only date your race? Um, so is it safe to say that in my preference or how I look as race is there's only one human race, but there is a buffet of ethnicities, nationalities, and cultures that people fall under different shades of a color, right? I am Cuban, Portuguese, Black, Trinidadian, and some other things as well. Both of my parents are mixed. So I also was born in a different country as well. Majority of my family are in relationships or that their spouse or their girlfriend or boyfriend does not resemble them when it comes to color.
Why is
Um,
that?
it's been going on for years. Like
Mm, mm, mm,
we've always been open, not necessarily closed-minded to be um,
mm, mm,
dating
mm,
or being in
mm.
a relationship with a person who is black. That was never the issue because we
It's
do
some type of
have
issue if all of them. You said all of them.
not all, not all. I said
Oh,
majority, not all. I have a
yeah.
big
Well, it is an issue if it's a majority. If you cannot see love in someone that looks like you, and it just it tells us a lot. If it's a majority,
well,
it's
I have a
still
big family. I have a on both sides. I have a big family. So
uh
I can't speak for everybody's family, but I really do have a big family. You have um different, just everything in my family is different, multicultural, multi-ethnicity, all of that. However, we don't close the door if, if I have a cousin who's dating someone who is either from Africa or someone from Egypt or Iceland. There's no,
But you
there's
just
no
okay.
preference.
So there's this conflation of location and race that's kind of throwing me. I'm so sorry. Like, because Trinidad and a Cuban has nothing to do with being black, white,
I
or
also said I'm a woman. I said that, but I'm saying
no.
I'm,
But that's what
I
I'm
have,
saying. Like, you could be a black Cuban, you could be
yes,
black
I'm well.
Trinidadian.
I said I'm a black woman with multi ethnicity and also cultures. I also said that as well. I didn't exclude that I wasn't a black woman. I didn't exclude that.
I'm
So
saying they could date someone that was from Iceland or somewhere else. That's a location. That's not a race.
okay, so what I'm saying is of a person who is from either they were from Scotland or what have you. There's different shades of people who are in Scotland as well. But some people who assume what a Scottish person will look like, they won't not all wouldn't necessarily say, "Oh, they're of a person of color." So just like in the Caribbean, there is a huge population of Asian descent people. So people are not going to assume that a person who's Asian descent is going to speak patois.
They
They're
do.
not going to assume, right? And they do. That's what I'm saying. It's a melting pot everywhere.
No, it's not a melting pot everywhere. It sounds like it's a melting pot in your family, but everywhere is not a melting pot. And then another mistake you made was when you said, "Is it racist to only date within your race?" You immediately took race out the question. That was the first thing you did immediately. That you said we're all human and there's different ethnicities. There's no such thing as race.
I said,
And
go ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
the question is about race. We're not talking about humanity. We're talking about the construct, the imaginary construct. If you have to think of it that way to just get your mind focused on what we're talking about, we're talking about the social construct of race within the social construct of race. Like, do I have to write that down? Maybe I do.
No, you
Within the
don't.
social construct of race, is it racist to only date within your race?
I think it depends on the person. Would it be just only categorized as a preference? If a person prefer,
Name one racial preference that isn't racist.
I guess it depends on that person. I can't speak for everybody. I can't
I'm
speak
not
for every.
asking you to. That was a simple question. I didn't say for the whole world. Name one preference that is race based and not racist. Name one racial preference. For example, just a small example. If a white woman says, "I like black men,"
Mhm.
what is a reason she would say that? That is not racist or stereotype a black man.
I don't know if like I said, it depends on that person. If they are saying they only want to date a man of color, maybe she had a history of dating, another ethnicity, maybe, YT people or Asian. I don't know. But everybody doesn't date
I'm trying to
into
say, make it. Give me one. See, that's the weird thing. You don't know, but you're using what you don't know to validate your response.
so I
So
can't say I will say
tell
I
me
know.
how it. Tell me a harmless. You said racial preference, and I'm like, okay, cool. Show me a harmless racial preference. If it's so harmless, if it's just a preference, a harmless preference, I can say a harmless preference right now
I
outside
think
of race because
I think it's
I can
wrong
say
if a
one right now.
person,
A
go
woman
ahead.
that reads books. If I say I like women that reads books, am I racist? No, because it
No,
has nothing to do with race. If I say I like a woman that plays tennis, that's a preference. Is that something wrong? No.
no.
If I say I like white women or I like non-black women, what am I basing that on? What am I? What system of oppression might I be using to validate why I'm doing that? Because
If I'm understanding what you're saying, I think if a YT woman is saying she likes only black men for sexual reasons, I would say that is something to have like a red flag. I would say that.
you zoomed too far out for most of this conversation, and in that last rebuttal, you zoomed too far specifically into exactly if she only dates black men for a sexual reason. Like I didn't even take it that deep into like now you're zooming way too far in. I'm just asking for a little bit in between. How can someone say? How can a marshmallow man say, you know what? I like sisters. That is my preference. I'm not racist. That is my preference. What would be a reason that he would say that is not built on racism, like is not
I'm
racist?
going to say I really don't know. I can't answer that
There
question.
isn't one. There isn't one. That's why you don't know, because we're trying to defend things and then we say we don't know why, but it just it's too hard for us to comprehend that it could be racist. There's no such thing as a racial preference. Race is a system built to oppress people. You said it yourself. There's only the human race. So anytime someone says, I like this select flavor of oppression, they are racist because they are choosing a preferable flavor of oppression. This is sick. Like it's oppressing people. So why would you see what I'm saying? Why would you even defend that by saying it's possible? It's not. I've had this live for over a year now. No one has been able to answer that question. If you say you like brown skin, not all black people have brown skin.
Mm-hmm.
If you say, and then there's non-black people with brown skin, but it's still fetishizing. But if you say you like brown skin, that's not the same thing as saying you like black people. If you say you like 4C hair, not all black people have 4C hair. So once again, it's objectifying them. It's minimalizing them to just one physical attribute. My goodness, that's got to be toxic. But hey, if you want to be that, cool. But that's still not a racial preference. When you say that you like a race, it's not a preference anymore. You have just fetishized based on a stereotype in a system of oppression. It's bad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I agree.
Okay. Just wanted to make that known. What else do we want to talk about?
I would like to say something, if that's okay.
All right. Are you done? All? You finished?
I'm sorry.
I want to make sure all landed her plane.
I mean,
I
the
couldn't.
other guest can speak if she has something to say right now. She can
Okay.
speak.
All right. Go ahead and give us your age, race, and pronouns.
I'm 32, and I guess Caucasian. I mean, I'm Mexican and white, but I guess you could consider me Caucasian. My mom's white, my dad was Mexican. And what else?
Mexican's a nationality, not a race.
Okay, I guess indigenous then.
Okay.
Indigenous and white. And so I'm non-black and I have been pro-black my whole life. I just wanted to say that it is possible. I know it's hard to believe because there's just so many disgusting people out there. But I
In
grew
what
up.
ways have you been pro-black?
I'm sorry.
In what ways have you been pro-black?
In what ways have I been pro-black? Anytime a white person has felt comfortable to say something racist in front of me, I shut it down. Um, And, I've always, come to my friend's defense. I mean, I grew up in majority black neighborhoods. My best
Mm-mm.
friends growing up were black.
Mm-mm.
And why is that
No,
not valid?
that's not pro-blackness.
Well, let me finish. If you let me finish. Um,
I
and
mean, mm-hmm.
so what my point is, the closest people to me growing up were my black friends. And I spent the night over at my black friend's house and spent time with their family.
No.
Can you let
Because you
me
still
talk?
going.
Dang, can I talk?
I mean, you keep saying things that are not pro-black, and
He's trying to save you.
I'm
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 trying to
just
help
trying to
you.
explain myself. Black people have been close to me my whole life. I've held them close to my heart my whole life. My grandmother's Puerto
Tokenazi.
Rican. She's Afro Latina, and I have seen the treatment that black people get. and I've always been against it. I've always spoken up against it. And I don't agree with racism at all. I've
Ma'am,
always been pro-black. I've always been pro-black.
ma'am,
I stand up for people
ma'am,
whenever
can
they're
I ask
being
you a
torn
question?
down. Go
Ma'am, I
ahead.
just want you to slow down a little bit. Are
I'm
you
sorry, I
listening
have
to yourself?
ADHD, but go ahead.
I got you. Do you hear yourself as you're talking?
I'm sorry, what am I saying wrong?
Do you understand why he's saying
One of your
or making that
friends.
sound effect?
I'm sorry?
Do you understand why the host is saying, making that sound effect to literally stop you as you're talking?
No, I don't, but I mean, if y'all could explain to me.
Okay, I got you. You are still talking and you're not understanding that understanding he's literally trying to stop you from digging a further hole than where you're going. What you're talking about is not being pro-black. There's another term for that, but I'll help you. I'll wait till you figure that out. But continue talking, because that's not pro-blackness.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask her a question? Do you have a black spouse?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Woo. Cause it'd be us. It'd be the brothers, man.
What y'all thought maybe because like I had a black boyfriend, that's why I was pro-black or something?
No,
No,
we're
you
glad
can't
that's
be
not the
pro-black,
case. We
love.
didn't think that, but we
Why
glad that's
not
not the case.
though?
You're anti.
Because that wouldn't be pro-black either.
The foundation of being pro-black is black people being able to build within their own communities. It's something that continuously, historically, has been destroyed, continuously. So for you to say you're pro-black, you might be support of black people, but you not being black and understanding the foundation or the interworkings of a black community, just because you have proximity to it, does not mean that you know what it is to be black. You are anti-racist.
Oh
Exactly.
no. I wasn't trying to say I know what it means to be black. See, maybe I misunderstood the term. I thought pro-black means like you're pro, like you support, you know what I'm saying? Like you support black people.
No.
And so what does pro mean? Because I thought like, pro-life, pro-choice, pro this, pro that. I thought it just meant like that's what you agree with.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. And I would, all right, to give it a definition, prioritizing your actions and values with what's in the best interest of building that black community. Prioritizing, meaning number one priority, your actions and values. So what you do and what you believe with what's in the best interest of building the black community. So it's an action word. It means you're building the black community. You're building within the black community, but also you're prioritizing that above your own self-interest. So
Gotcha.
you don't do that. You are an anti-racist. And
Okay.
congratulations on that. I
Tell me in what way
encourage
can
young
I
black
help
people to
build
be
the black
anti-racist.
community though? In what way can I
You can't.
participate?
You
I
can't.
can't. I
No.
cannot. Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's understandable. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
I'm not one of those people who's like, those white tea saviors who want to come in and I want a place. I want my own
but
place in
listen,
your community. You know what I'm saying?
listen to what
That's
you're
not what I
saying.
want to
Like,
do,
let's
you
just listen to
know?
what you're saying. It's not
Right.
about you trying to have a place in the community. The issue in this conversation is your community, the YT community, has work they need to do on their own. You should be more focused on your family and the people around you that are racist, and helping them be anti-racist and helping your children be educated and knowledgeable on how to deal with all kids of color. But it's this idea
Now
that
that
black
I do
people need
do.
some level of assistance. We would much rather a lot of non-black people take their hands off and back the hell up and deal with their community issues. Everybody think they can fix the black community. We ain't the problem. The
Well,
YT community is the ones with the power and the oppression. And
and
you
you're
got the
right, and you're
tools
right.
and
And
the
that's
complexion
not
to
what I
change the
meant. I don't
direction
mean I
of the
want to come
people.
and fix y'all community. You're right. You are absolutely right. What needs to be fixed is the construct that exists. That's what needs to be fixed. The white tea supremacy that exists in this country. That's what needs to be fixed because it is a real thing. A lot of people say that privilege is not real, supremacy is not real. Yes, it is. It's the whole reason why the country is in shambles. One of the main reasons why the country is in shambles. But I do teach my children that. I teach them not to be racist. I teach them about, what I'm saying? I mean, my mom is the one that's white in my family and I don't talk to her at all. So if I could, I would educate her, but she's not like that at all anyways. But I mean, if I was in touch with the white side of my family, I would definitely be educating them, but I just don't talk to them at all. I'm only in touch with the Mexican side, and I teach them too,
So then why don't you claim to be indigenous? Why you say you're white?
Well, because I grew up with my mom, my dad wasn't around most of my life, so that was the only side of my family that people ever saw me with, and I am very pale. So people never even considered me Latina, you know what I'm saying, my whole life. So that's kind of just what I roll with because that's what people assume that I am, but I claim both, you know.
Well, you can't claim both, but race is a construct that tells you what you are, and whiteness implies purity. Whiteness is defined by what it is not. That's why they call us people of color, because they are people of non-color. They are not colored. You
Right. I
understand?
call them
So you
PWCs,
can't.
people without color.
Right. So you can't be a person without color and a person of color at the same time. So if you have color, you're a person of color. You just might be a light person of color, but you're a person of color.
And that's what I try to tell people too, you know, like my kids,
It
they
don't
came out
matter
real
what people
pale
think.
and people be trying to make fun of them and tell them they're not Latina. And I tell them all the time, look, you know what you are. You know what I'm saying? We pale, but we brown blood. Our blood is brown, you know, but I just wanted to come on
Ma'am,
here and say that, you know, I didn't
can
know
I
what
ask you one
pro-black
more
meant. I thought I
question?
knew what it meant, but obviously I didn't know. So yeah, I'm anti-racist, you know.
Ma'am, Shalita, can I ask you one more question?
Yes.
What are you doing to speak to your napkin community or your Thinlipian community to change the narrative or teach them not to be the way they are? Because you literally come up here and said you a napkin. So you
Honestly,
claim that. My question to you is, you as a napkin, a co-napkin, or a half napkin, what are you doing
a half napkin.
uh to speak to your people or to
I
teach
mean,
them
honestly, I've
not to
come
be
on
who they
TikTok.
are?
I've come on TikTok and I've made some posts on here before that went viral a couple times. My page got taken down since then, but
I'm asking you in
I've
real
made posts
life,
on
not on
here.
the app,
Huh?
in real life, and actually touching human beings, your people.
In
What are you
real
doing
They
with
life,
your
don't
people?
consider her. They
like I
don't
said,
consider her a napkin, so they don't care what she got to say. To be honest, she
and
don't
that's
got that.
true. That's true. Cause let me tell you something. Like I said, when you first meet me, you
But
would
that's
never know that I had indigenous in me. You know what I'm saying?
but the
So people
problem
get real
is,
bold around me sometimes.
okay, I know, but the problem is coming around us and telling us that you're anti-racist and telling us that you're pro-black ain't solving nothing. You know,
You're
that's
right,
like
and you're right.
imagine you walk out your house and you see Freddy Krueger chasing after a woman, right? Freddy Krueger's chasing, I'm gonna get you, and you see the girl running away. Oh no, help me, someone! Oh no, oh no! And she's running. She's running away from Freddy. See, she got blood on her shirt. She's running, and you see this woman. As soon as you walk out your house, and you have two choices. You can either go in the house, get the blam blam, and deal with Freddy, or you can run next to her and say, how can I help you? How can I be of assistance? Which one is more helpful to the person that's running from Freddy?
No, I get what you're saying. It's one thing to sit there and talk about it, but it's one thing to actually go and do something about it.
That's not what I'm
And
saying. Which one is more helpful to the woman running from Freddy? To
to get
go
the
get the
blam
quick.
blam, of course,
All
we're
right.
gonna get the
So
blam
going
blam.
get the blam blam and dealing with Freddy means going on Freddy's live, going to Freddy in your community and talking to Freddy and being an anti-racist. Running next to us and trying to come where we're going is not helping nobody.
I
You see what I'm
know, and
saying?
I wasn't trying to do that. I really wasn't trying to do that. I just see your lives a lot, and I just really wanted to share my opinion and everything. But honestly, I am gonna do more in my community. Like, I look, to be honest with you, I don't get out much. I work a lot. I'm raising 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, whenever I have the opportunity, if I see somebody out there, they doing something. Look, I curse this lady out, and I don't even try to curse. Okay, I try to keep a civil tongue because I'm spiritual. But this lady, man, she was being so racist to this woman at the checkout in front of me because she couldn't count her change. And I know she was being racist to her because as soon as she moved out the way, she was being nice to me. And I'm like, well, why are you being nice to me? Because I'm pale and the other lady wasn't as pale as I was. She had a different complexion from me. And I told her about herself. And I went and told the supervisor, y'all got people working here that's prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think your customers would appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I can't do much, but when there's an opportunity to do something, I will always speak up. I
Wow,
will.
that's amazing. Wow.
Let me
You really
hold
did
on. Let
that
me
for
say
us?
this.
Wow, that's
Let me
wow.
say this.
Good
Oh, come
job.
on,
Good for
man. I'm not
you.
trying to do that. I'm not trying
Oh,
to,
wow.
Brother
Oh
Patty.
man,
Let
wow.
me say
You
this though. Can I say this real quick? Understand it's always good to speak up. I've been in situations, I don't care what color a kid is. I've said this before. It's going down if I see a kid being disrespected, first and foremost. But I would advise you to go do research about indigenous people, because they are in situations right now where their land is being taken and they're being harmed. And that's why I said what I said in regards, like, in any situation you see something that's being wrong, speak up. Everybody and anybody should be speaking up about something that is wrong. But I'm going to say, if you should be looking at your community, the indigenous community, because they are going through a lot right now. I'll just say that.
Absolutely.
Let me just add this real quick. Ma'am, Chelita, you need to save your pale counterparts. You need to teach them not to be the way they are, since you claim being part of that community.
Speak to some people. You're so petty.
But
You ain't
yeah,
lying.
I appreciate y'all having me on here though. I never meant no disrespect and I didn't want no applause, you
Don't
know
go
what
on
I'm
another
saying?
Black Live and talk about how you're an anti-racist. Go on White Folks Live and let them know you're an anti-racist and deal with them. All right.
All right, God bless y'all.
All right.
All right, y'all. Hold on, bro. So before the next person go. Y'all know I'm up here. Y'all know I like to do my mod thing. Quick commercial break. It's 250 people in here. Let's get the likes to 20,000, y'all. Everybody in the comment section, tap the screen super fast. If you keep tapping, you're gonna see a red bar in the top left corner. If y'all all keep tapping for the next couple minutes, I know by 9 or when the clock hits 20, we could be at damn near 20,000 likes. Y'all tap the screen. Let's get 9 more people to share the live with 10 people. Make sure you gift the host, Legend. Send them caps, the money guns, the galaxies, all that hot shit. Make it rain in this mug. You know, I can't really curse in here. If you go to the coin section, you can see the gold coins. Make it rain. Get the likes up to 20K, and I'm gonna shut the hell up now.
Thank you, Speak. And don't forget to gift the
Voice
panel.
Drago.
Speak and D Diva are my
Listen,
co-hosts.
I'm over here sick.
And five Panther paws to kick a guess. If somebody come up here and they triggering you, send some 5 Panther paws through, or even if you start sending one, a bunch of people will probably join you. Once we get to 5, I'm kicking them.
Okay.
Dolly D, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
My name is Janae and my age is 44, Black woman.
All right. Go ahead. Answer the question for us.
Yeah, no. So when I seen the topic, is it racist to only date your race? At first I thought I know what you meant, but now I'm like confused after the discussion. So what I'm trying to say is I don't think it's racist to only date your race, but I've dated every race except for white tea, so I mean, I
When
think
you first started talking, I thought I knew what you meant, but now I'm confused.
I'm confused too, because I'm like, is it racist to only date your race? What exactly, who are you asking that of white people? Like, if they're like, okay, I'm only going to date white people, I don't want to date any other race. I do kind of think that's racist,
Okay.
but I think I've always had a problem, just personally, my opinion. This is going to sound really bad and probably, prejudice on my part, but I've always had a problem with white tea people dating black people. I'm going to
That's so
get,
racist. Oh my
I
goodness.
know, but
How dare you?
it's just truly how I've always felt. That's like a natural feeling that's always
You
provoked me.
obviously have never seen my live before.
No, I'm not saying you know what? I don't really like if people do
No,
that,
I'm
that's
saying you're
fine.
home. You're home.
Oh,
This is a
okay.
safe space for you. This is
Okay,
safe.
cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, sister.
And the reason, for me, it's the deep rooted issues. I feel like if, as black people, like as a black woman, I've dated someone Lebanese, I've dated someone Mexican, I've dated,
All right, this ain't the space for all that, but
no, I'm just saying, like, because I feel like people of color, we may not have the same backgrounds and the same, especially in this country, America, right? Especially in America, black people have been through way more than most, or than all, pretty much. But I feel like people of color, we at least have something in common with being colonized or being treated a certain way as indigenous people.
Even if
I have a question.
participated in the oppression of your ancestors
No,
and your
anybody who
people to this
participates.
day?
No, I don't support any oppression of my ancestors,
Well, I'm just saying some of those people that you named were
Uh-huh.
complicit, you know. So that's a thing. But I'm definitely a black love extremist. You're in a safe place with that. But the question is meant to be nuanced and different depending on who's answering. To be honest,
Okay.
it's just up there. It's just up there to spark a conversation. So, if a white tea person come up, absolutely, I would say that's racist. But do I really give a damn who they're dating? As a black man, I'm focused on my community. What's racist to them? I don't really see how it affects me, but I do know it perpetuates the root cause behind racism, which is their fear of a world that won't look like them. So they'd
Mm-hmm.
rather procreate with themselves in order to make more of themselves because they can't do that with us. And yeah, when it comes to black people, absolutely. But I don't think black people can ever be racist. I mean, I don't know what we could do that is racist. I don't think that's possible.
I'm called racist all the time.
By black people?
Because uh sometimes, but more by like everyone else, everyone else who
That
hears how
makes
I talk
sense.
about white tea people. I've never really, and this is, I'm not trying to offend anyone. Again, this is my person. I've never, growing up as a small child, I never really liked white tea people. I never really got along with them.
Why is that? Why
You
not?
know, it came from childhood. I don't know. I really can't tell you. I
What what
remember going to school
what
and
what do they make you feel like?
I feel like it was, more my gut feeling. Like their energy was just different to me. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't look, I grew up at my young childhood, I grew up in an all black neighborhood. There were a few white people in our school.
How did the police
And,
make you feel?
huh?
How did the police make you feel?
Well, I come from a history where my father was in prison for 40 years for being black. Um, so that happened when I
Mm,
was 3 years old. So that
mm.
affected me greatly.
I'm sorry,
Because,
sister.
yeah, he just got out, by the way.
Wow.
Uh,
Shout out to Pops. Shout out to Pops.
yeah, yeah,
Shout out to Pops. That's amazing.
yeah. 40 years he was in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And at the end of
Wow.
the day, basically, they didn't want to admit, they said he was innocent at the end, like when they let him out and they said sorry, that was about it. But we all knew it
So
was because of his skin, we
so
knew that.
do you think your father being arrested and incarcerated for a crime
Hmm.
he did not commit by a system that literally was created to catch people like him, black men, and enslave them. Do you think that might have taught you, subconsciously even, to have an aversion to identifying or being around white tea people?
Possibly because I knew it. I was very in the know of what happened within my family, and since I was 3, and I knew it was an all white
Wow.
jury. It was an all white jury.
Wow.
Um, we've been fighting that fight for years. All the years he was in prison, it was hard on me,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I would try to bring it up to white lawyers or white people. They would all, be
Dismiss
dismissive.
it. Yup.
Dismissive. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the gaslighting that there's not institutionalized racism in this country.
Mm-hmm.
When I've experienced it multiple levels, not just me, but in the family or with other friends, and I hear constant dismissing nowadays of white tea people saying, just stop focusing on racism, and that's to me very dismissive.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So I would say this: you're not racist, you're not prejudiced, you're intelligent. Yeah, after witnessing what you have witnessed and who did that to your father, it does not make you racist. Prejudice is based on a lack of reason and experience with someone. So if someone is prejudiced just solely based off the color of your skin, then that is prejudice, that is racist. However, you do not have that aversion towards white people because of their skin color. You have that based on experience and reason. So that just makes you an intelligent human being. And I'm sorry that you went through that, but don't let nobody call you racist. That ain't racist.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I think too, as I'm looking back, when I was little, the white people that were around, they would call me the N-word. Um,
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends got beat with a horse whip. I had a little
Mm.
white tea friend in elementary school, and she got beat with the horse whip for hanging out with me. And another boy that
Wow.
was black, her mother said it in front of me, you don't want to have kids like this. And she came to school with lashes all over her back and told me she couldn't hang out with me no more. So I had a lot of
Crazy.
experiences, that I guess shaped my mentality.
You feel me? But it's not just you. We have all had similar experiences.
Yeah,
I mean, Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club calls it a real inward wake up call. We get them.
yeah,
It's the nature of the system that in which we live under. So,
it is.
again, that doesn't make you racist. Thank you for sharing that with us, though.
You're
Brother,
welcome.
can I
Thank you
add
for.
just one thing, just real quick
Mm-hmm.
to what she's talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So this making me think of what these people in this country do to us, right? Central Park 6 or Central Park 5, whatever it is. I know I'm sipping a little bit. Make me think of that. It makes me think of Emmett Till. It makes me think of Rodney King and what their people did in this country to line us up and get us to the point in 2023 where a George Floyd, a Philando Castile can happen at the snap of a second.
Mm-hmm.
And their response is this person shouldn't have did XYZ. But if it's any other person, if it wasn't a black person who were victims of this shit, it wouldn't be the same conversation. I just saw, I see this all the time. I know we all do. Trayvon Martin, yeah. That because the person is black, especially a young black man, or what have you, this country believes that black people are animals, that we're savages, that we're out here committing all these crimes. Yet if you look back on what's happening, for example, I saw something where a brother was convicted for or alleged to have convicted something damn near 50, 60 years ago, sister, to what you saying. And he
Mm-hmm.
just got his situation expunged and his case closed and the charges released because somebody lied on him back in the day. Look at what happened to Emmett Till. These situations keep happening, and this is why the black community or black people in this country look at those people a certain way because of how their system is set up to come against us. It's
Yep.
unfortunate. It is what it is. But a lot of these people think that we're racist. That's not what it is. We just pay attention to their system, which is the United States, and how this is set up. This country is not made for us black people. Africans, we do not belong here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no such thing as us being racist. Africans are loving people, literally. In any other continent or country where we at, we're loving people. We welcome y'all with open
Mm-hmm.
arms.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's part.
pale people
Mm-hmm.
believe that we are the opposite. And they've
Mm-hmm.
conditioned our people in this country, especially, to think that to, to lose who we are. The language, the food, the culture, the consciousness, the spirituality. And look at us now. We think we African American. We think that our ancestors who was here 400 years ago, for example, are who we are as a people, that we always been slaves and shit like that. This shit crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna
Yep.
shut the hell up because I talk too much.
Appreciate you, speak.
I Yeah, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
America is really bad with the racism and the police brutality. That's why I actually moved to Hawaii. I live in Hawaii now.
Mm.
And it's crazy. I've never, being when you grow up a black person in America, you're conditioned to a certain way of life and thinking and expecting things to happen, right? And when I moved here, there is no race, like it just doesn't exist here. They don't even understand it when you try to explain it to
Right, there's
them.
racism, there's colorism as well. There's always going to be some form of racism no matter where you go. It may be hush hush, it may be out loud in your face. There's every community of an ethnicity has a form of colorism and racism. It may not be plentiful in the island or the area that you reside in, but there is racism. There is colorism. There is some type
Well,
of of of
well,
type
the
of categorizing someone by skin color or something to that matter among different cultures.
the way in which Hawaii became a state was racist as hell.
Yeah, I was
Um,
just gonna say it's
yeah,
not.
so
Understandable.
it exists. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
it.
agree. I agree about that.
Hmm.
But I mean, with what I'm saying is with the indigenous people here, because
Hmm.
a lot of them are like the people in power. Most of them, like our police force, for example, is mostly Hawaiian. So I haven't been pulled over once. You know what I mean? Like I don't see any black people getting pulled over or harassed. It's actually white people who do over here. It's switched. It's like reversed. It's honestly white people get more I wouldn't say racism, but they don't get treated like they do in the United States, right?
Hmm.
So they don't have privilege here. They absolutely do not have privilege here. And it's a totally different, it took me a while to get used to. It took me a while for my, white people to come up to me and ask me, can you go talk to the cop for me? Because I'm white. Like that was like a trip for me, you know? So it's a
Hmm.
different,
Well, I
it's
mean,
definitely a different vibe.
yeah, that might be your experience. I can't say that's the blanket experience for everybody down there, but I'm glad that you were able to find some peace after that traumatizing experience you shared with us earlier. I'm gonna go to the next guest. Thank you, sister, for sharing that. Um, Carrie, could you give us your
Kia
age,
ora.
race, and pronouns, please?
I am New Zealand European and I'm 29.
European is not a race. What race are you?
I'm white, so
Okay.
yeah.
And what brings you up?
Uh, is it racist to date your own race? I would say categorically, if a white person does it, I see how the black community can see that as racist. However, I prefer not to date people of my own race, if that makes sense.
I
My
think that's
partner,
also racist.
um, I date an African guy, and he and I get along fine.
Lord have
We don't,
mercy.
sorry.
Continue.
So he and I have been together for a year. His family's directly from South Africa, which
Lord have mercy.
they're an incredible bunch of people to be around. They have become what we refer to in New Zealand as whānau. Whānau translates to family over here. And so we don't tolerate racism, whether it's black on black, white, or white on black, or black on white. It's about
You don't
respecting
tolerate white
everyone.
on white racism?
So put it this way: New Zealanders are typically quite racist to our neighbours, which is Australia,
Hmm.
and vice versa. It is very different. Doesn't mean every white person out there is going to
New Zealand and Australia are
be.
not racist, so that's not racism.
They are quite racist. In fact, if you look
No,
at
no, I didn't see.
how
Listen
Australia treats
carefully.
their
Listen.
tribal people, their indigenous people, it's incredibly disgusting. It's
Excuse me,
horrible to see.
sir. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. Australia and New Zealand are not races, not racist. They are not
They
races. There is no such thing as an Australian race. So if New Zealand doesn't like Australia, it's not racist.
No, what I'm saying is, okay, so you take indigenous people of New Zealand and Australia, right? Okay, good example of this. when what happened in Australia should never have occurred. Do you know about the lost generation?
Carrie, can
I'm
I ask you a
asking you a
question?
question. No,
Carrie,
yes,
Carrie, hold on. Can I ask you one question?
sure.
What is the definition of racism or to be a racist?
Racism is discrimination against people of a different ethnic background than you are. So a good
So what you
example of that
said,
would be the
are
lost
you explaining
generation.
It's not a
racism?
different ethnic background, different
Are you
racial.
explaining racism, sir? Because I'm getting a headache just hearing you talk. But I'm being patient. But what is You just explained something, and that's not racism. Do you hear yourself talking? Please follow
I do hear
yourself
myself
as your brain is
talking.
working, so that you can be up here having this
Do you guys
conversation. Yo,
understand what
let
the
me
lost
fall back.
generation is? That's what I'm wanting to ask. Do you guys know what the lost generation is? Because you could ask an
Racism.
Aboriginal person
What you're
about
talking
their
about is not
their.
racism.
Okay,
You're
okay. Let
talking
me
about
explain
another
what
word.
the.
That's not the term. That
Okay,
is not the term that you're supposed to be using. But I'm you.
well, what is it when a bunch of people in the 1960s are killed off for being black down
All right,
under?
you gotta say unalived on
Accountable.
TikTok, please.
You
And
Well,
don't
way too
explain to
say
me that
violent
uncomfortable.
then.
words.
How is that not racist? Because to me, that is every ounce of racism as you could possibly get
Two more
to
pause,
cause
y'all. Two
a
pause.
lost
'Cause
generation to
I can't do
occur.
it.
No. Let me stop.
I mean,
I'm
it's
just
a lot,
asking,
D. You
how
want
do
to
you
go ahead?
explain to people that there is a lost generation out there in Australia? There have been crimes in New Zealand that Pākehā have done and also Māori have
People
done.
something they don't
How is
know.
that not racism in order to inflict pain upon one
Why do
another?
you think you're telling somebody something that they don't know?
Well, I'm saying
When
racism
you
can occur anywhere. It can
No,
occur in your own
you're right.
backyard.
Racism can occur anywhere. But if it's two of the same people, the same place, doing the same thing to each other that look exactly alike of the same race, that's xenophobia. Like, I don't get what your point is. Even when you correlate and tokenize your partner of saying that they were
There's
a
a
black
difference
African
between
person,
Australian and New Zealanders.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about you. You talking about
So,
land. We talking about people.
so what's wrong about me dating a South African boy? What's so
He's a
wrong
boy.
about actually? He's
That was the first
Hold on.
problem
25.
right there, that he's a
Hold on. Hold on.
boy.
Diva, go ahead, sister, because I got to talk to this man, because you just went crazy, bro.
A boy.
Anything else to say, sister?
I'm good.
Wait,
So
did he
what's
say
wrong
boy?
No.
about me
I'm sorry,
dating
I stopped
a
listening
Yeah,
because I was
20?
yeah,
reading.
yeah. That's what I want to address, because y'all know I'm trying to keep it cool and collected. Go ahead, Leslie,
Lord
because
have mercy.
yeah, he just went crazy.
Go ahead, speak.
So what's so wrong about me dating a 25-year-old South African man?
How old are
Nope,
you?
nope, no,
I'm
no, no,
30.
no. Do you hear
What's
what you
wrong
just
about
said
it?
up here? Kerry, you are extremely disrespectful by way of how you talk. You just called a
How am I
black
being
man that you're
disrespectful?
dealing
You
with
guys
a
will
boy.
explain me
You are
or
a
my
napkin. You
skin
are
color.
not a black person. You cannot talk about a black person and call them a boy or a girl. You're very disrespectful in how your verbiage is, and that is very offensive, matter of fact. You dating a black person or you talking about a black person being who you are, part of your race, Mr. Thin Lippian, you cannot call a black person a boy or a girl.
You guys don't have a right
You
to
are in a
discuss
black
white
live
people.
or conversation and you just called a black person a boy. That is very disrespectful, sir. Mind
Then
your
what makes it
tongue and
okay
how
for
you
you to
speak on
discuss
or over
about
black
white
people.
people?
Watch
Bro,
your mouth, is what I'm saying. I'm on mute.
Why should you be allowed to talk
wait.
about white people when white
Carrie, I'm
people
gonna help
can't
you.
talk about black
Carrie,
people?
Harry,
be quiet, I'll help you.
you're not
Carrie,
understanding
I will help you.
what the guest is saying. It's the way how you are addressing your partner as. Your partner is over 18. So he is of age. He is a man. He's a young man, just like you
And
are.
this is why this
He
can't
is
happen.
no
They don't
longer,
even love
he is
their own.
no
Their
longer
own.
a
You don't even love
boy.
your partner.
Hold
You
on.
disrespecting your partner as you're talking about your partner, sir.
Prove it.
Do you hear
Prove that I
yourself?
disrespect
You
my
know what? I'm gonna mute.
partner.
I can't do this.
Because
I
he
can't.
and I
I
refer
can't
Hold on,
to
do
each
it.
BIG.
other.
Everyone mute.
Carrie,
Part of everyone's
Carrie,
want to talk.
Carrie, just
Part of
take a
everyone's wants
breath
to
for a
talk.
moment
Hold on.
and just listen to what we're trying to
Hold on.
inform you.
Part of
Just
everyone's wants to speak.
reconsider what you say before you say anything.
Yeah.
Think about how you are addressing your partner as a boy. Your partner is not a boy. He is a man, just like you are. So it's respectful for you to know your partner's status is a man and not a boy. That's the
Hey, can
only
I
thing
add to
I
that?
was trying
What
to
did his
let you know
people
about.
call us when they were talking to us when we were slaves in this country? What do they call us? What do they do when they
That
walk out the car and talk to Emmett Till? What do they do? How do they speak to us? See what you're
Again,
doing,
I
sir?
I don't
Your
disagree with you,
verbiage, your
but
tongue is very disrespectful,
wait,
sir.
I don't disagree. But in certain countries, boy, even for white people talking to each other, they will say boy. So I carry, if you hear it, they have a different accent than us. So obviously they're
You
not
ran
from
up to
America. Hold
say
on.
you
Hold
ran up here
on.
Wow,
you
you
ran
did all
Hold
that to
you
on.
defend
ran
that
up here to
Let
shit?
me
say
finish.
that
That's
No, I'm not.
person
crazy. He
and that
really
Hold
did
person
all
could
that to
no
hold
hold
defend
on
it.
on.
because that person
That's
went
Hold
and corrected
crazy.
on.
themselves
Can
after
I
they
finish
said
my
it. No,
point
you hold
before you
on
attack
because
me and
that
make it seem
person
like
went
I
out their
don't
way
care
to
about
correct
you?
That's
themselves
crazy.
after I said it.
Before you
Y'all gotta
attack
stop
me,
Pause,
coming
let
from
me
Hold
y'all.
my
on.
finish
It's
my
not
Pause.
even your
last
turn
One
to
point.
more
talk
for
yet.
Damn.
Hold
Carrie,
on. Hold on. Hold on.
five for this
Dang.
hot
It's not
person
even
Hold
your
up
on.
here.
turn.
mute
Come
Come
on
on
Hold
up.
now.
on.
Listen,
Hold on.
hold on. It's not even your turn to talk yet. It's not even your turn at the top. We will get to you, and then you can defend him all you want.
Brother.
Carrie, what you have said is extremely offensive to black people everywhere on the globe. If that is how you speak in your land, then it is still something that you should not be saying because you should know better than to do that if you are in love with a black person. Boy is a white racist word. Those are the words of Michael from Good Times. That is how popular it is that we in our television shows know that boy is a white racist word. You should not call your lover a boy. If he is over the age of 18, he is not a boy. He is a man, and you should address him as such. I'm
I do.
going to let you
I call
down
him by his
because
name.
you have
No, you
reached five
corrected
past
yourself
bonus.
after I addressed that word, you little weirdo. You went out your
Yeah.
way to say, I mean, a man. So, and sir, y'all got to stop being Captain Save the YT people. Because I'm so tired of seeing black men on this app showing they raw ass for other people that would just sit there and watch them
First
be
of
hung
all,
from a tree. It is the most annoying thing I've ever seen in my life when y'all constantly run up on these stages to be clowns for people that are sit there and disrespect you to your face.
you didn't let me finish my point. Second of all,
Hold
I
No,
didn't
on.
agree what he said.
it's not
We
I
even
are
your
said that.
going
turn.
to get to
You
you.
can't just jump on a panel to jump
You
up here
can't
like
just
that.
jump. Yeah,
We
you can't.
know
You
that
shouldn't
you
have
want to
inserted
be
yourself.
Uncle. We know that you Uncle Ruckus already. We understand you Uncle. Okay, Uncle Ruckus,
We
calm
wouldn't
down.
even have
Listen,
that understanding if he
listen.
didn't say
Stop
nothing.
protecting your white counterparts. Stop protecting your people. We understand what's going on, but you got to relax, sir. It's all right. We got it. Just calm down a little bit.
All right. So instead of correcting him, we correcting each other, and that's a damn shame because it do be us. D wasn't lying. It do be us. Uh. Anyway, Hannah, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Okay, I'm 19 years old. I'm white, and my name is Hannah.
You have a
And I'm a
lot
she.
going on. It sounds like you're in a
Um,
dryer. Say it again.
I'm 19 years old. I'm white. I'm a white female.
You prefer she, her pronouns?
Yeah.
Okay, and go ahead. What brings you up?
Well, actually, like originally, I wanted to come on here to ask what you meant by "our gender wars anti-BLK." Like, I was just kind of confused with the statement.
I would say for you, it would be more about feminism. Is feminism anti-black? But um, the question isn't speaking strictly to feminism. It's also speaking to red pill ideologies. But that's more of an intra-black community conversation that I wouldn't really.
Discuss with me.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying.
All right, I understand, but
For
also
you, it would be feminism. Feminism is a discussion we could have with you about how that is anti-black.
I'm okay. I don't really want to talk about that, but I want to be respectful as I can be because I'm not trying to come on here and like disrespect anybody just how I wouldn't want to be like disrespected. But I am gonna say, whenever y'all asked what is the definition of racism, I would say that, or like, can black people be racist? I would say that it just depends on your definition of racism. So, like, if your definition of racism is
There you go. There
prejudice,
you go.
discrimination, or like antagonism by an individual or group of people against, like, on the basis of their membership in a racial or ethnic group, which would typically be a minority, yes, then I
On the
would say
basis, what did it say? On the basis of what?
on the basis of their membership in a particular
On
race,
the
racial.
basis of their membership of a particular
I
race,
would
right?
say, I would say
Black
that black
people
people
can't do that.
cannot. I would say that they
Right.
cannot. Yes, correct. But if your definition of racism would be the belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish them as inferior or superior to one another,
I
then
would
I would
also say
say,
black people cannot do that.
why would you say that? Because the
Because what proof
superior
do
part.
what give me one time where black people have seen themselves as superior to white people?
No, no, no.
Did
I'm
they
saying that
did they name a
I
European
am not
country
saying that at
after an
all.
African word? Is there a an African Munzungu land somewhere
No, that's
where,
not what I'm
because
saying at all.
Nigeria is named land of the blacks by Europeans. So that's very offensive.
Can
Imagine
I
if I came
express
to your
or can I
house.
explain what I meant by that?
Him,
Well, no,
stop
you
talking and just mute and let him finish his point. Hold on, brother. Let him
Okay.
finish,
yeah.
and then once he's done, you can respond to the host. This is his
Okay.
live. Stop interjecting him. Let him talk to you. If you can't handle that, just drop. But he's talking to you. Just mute. Give it a second. Be patient. You'll get your chance to respond.
I'm not going to make you out to be a bad person. I know some of the thin lip community is afraid of looking like a bad person. What I'm saying is there has never been a time where black people have considered themselves superior in a sense where they have seen themselves above white people solely on the basis of their race. Now, if we're talking about merit, if we're talking about, say, the ability to survive in the sun, then that's not on your race. That's on your melanin content. So that's different. If we're talking about the ability to build a nation, we've been doing that for hundreds of thousands of years before white people even came into existence or created a fake continent called Europe and colonized and took other people's lands. So that's something where we can say we are better at doing that. But is it because we're stronger and smarter than white people? No. So where is this black supremacist superiority complex? I don't think that's an issue in the black community. I think when white people say things like that, they're just projecting their own superiority complex onto black people out of a fear that we might be just as malevolent as they are.
Okay, I think you may have misunderstood what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say that um colored people feel like they're superior to white people. I wasn't trying to say that at all. What
Colored
I
Colored
was
is
people.
trying to
crazy.
say,
Ma'am,
Who the hell is colored?
Yeah,
Diva, go
colored is
ahead, sister.
crazy. Let
Nah,
her let her cook. She don't
She
know.
I
don't
She
just
even
don't
know
didn't
know.
the
know
full
what word you wanted
Diva,
definition.
me to
go ahead,
use.
Diva.
Ain't no colored. Ain't no cut. Because colored means that white people like yourself are non-colored. That means
I
that our identity, the word that you just used, is centered around our proximity or lack thereof to whiteness. So
I
you're
wasn't
saying
sure what you wanted me to use. I didn't want to disrespect you, so I
no,
just
no.
said
It's not
Excuse
just
me.
that you used the wrong word. It's that that word is crazy to use.
well, I'm sorry. I had no clue. I didn't mean it in that way. But what I was trying to
That's probably
say
why
is
you too
that
to be up here asking these
in
goofy ass
the
questions and making different scenarios in regards to things that you really don't understand. But go on.
no, I'm not trying to assume anything or say
Tell me
anything
how black
wrong.
people can be racist. That's what you were getting at.
What I was trying to say is based on this certain definition of it is what I'm
You're
saying
wrong
that
at reading the definition. Don't say it's based on the definition, based on your understanding of the
okay,
definition or your
based on my
misunderstanding.
understanding. Okay, based on my understanding of the definition, what I was trying to say is that Black people call white people superior, and so that would make it like, you know, belief that different races possess superior qualities. I do not believe that white people are more
Did you hear
superior.
how she just flipped that? Are you from Florida?
So
I
yeah,
don't think I flipped anything.
Did
You
you
know
hear
what?
how
I'm gonna
she
yield
just
to the
flipped
ladies.
that?
I'm gonna yield to the ladies. I'm gonna yield. But listen, y'all need a mute. If you're not talking, mute your
we.
mic because y'all just throwing the feed.
I'm
But
a
go ahead, all,
mystic, but
because
I'm
I think that's
coming.
you actually. I ain't gonna lie, but go ahead, sister, because I don't understand what's going on. I got a headache.
Well,
You
I
got a headache
wasn't
already.
trying to like switch anything around like from
Hannah,
the get
Hannah,
go.
hold on, ma'am. Stop deflecting. Stop going in circles. Allow somebody else on the panel to speak to you. Another woman, Sister
Okay.
All or the Diva. Y'all want to go ahead and speak to this nonsense? I mean, y'all want to talk to this lady?
Do you know how this is gonna go? First of all, she already tried to get loud with brother. So I'm on the cool. I'm trying to restrain myself, sir. Like, let me say this. When you interpret something, but you already have your own ideologies that you think that where you fit in society, and you don't have the quorums or the oppression or the understanding of what it looks like, you will constantly go out of your way to demean or act as if you are not in some way or some level being put on a pedestal. So for you, you look at other minority people, not understanding the walks of their lives and feeling as you have to figure out how your life is just as equal, or they're just complaining. So you don't have an understanding of the word racism. And I just want to understand how 450 years you were willed a level of power over a particular community or a particular group of people. And all of a sudden, these same people can now turn around and use that power against you. That is the oddest thing I've ever seen in my life, where somebody can say,
That's
oh,
not what she was saying, OD.
but she's beyond that, because her level of ignorance is, I can't. I
What
just
she
can't.
said
I was
was that black people believe that white people are superior, and technically believing that one race is superior is racist.
Impossible. You can't be superior when you don't bathe and you don't know nothing about a towel, but I don't mind my business. I'm just gonna put that out there because that can't be
I was
innocent.
I was about to say she's too young to even know with any type of oppression that's been going on
Hey,
within the black community, and being as though you use the word
y'all need to start worrying
and
about
the
black
and
people and
being
start worrying about that soap and water. That's what the hell y'all need to start worrying about, and that
who
exfoliation
that is
of good towel.
absolutely just out of line. No,
I
I'm
don't
not saying
care. I said
anything
what I
like that
said.
to
You
you.
need to
It
go
is
worry
so
about your
disrespectful.
community
Hannah,
and some soap
It
and
is
water.
so
That's what you
disrespectful.
need to. I don't and
Hannah,
is and will be.
slow
But
down.
You
don't
did
give
Give
a
me a
call us
fuck
second.
because I
colored.
know
You
you
called us
didn't.
colored. You can take a little
Me
soap and
slow
water. It's
down. Someone's
okay.
talking
I
about
don't
how
give
I
a
bathe
damn.
Hannah,
myself.
You need to go sit
Hannah,
in that tub and
I
soak.
you
have
need
a
to slow down.
question.
You're gonna die. We understand.
I have a I have a question for Hannah. I'm sorry. How old are you again?
I'm
19.
19 years old, but this is like
Okay,
I'm.
so no, hold on. I speak with kindness, so
You got
I'm
no
just
right
asking a
to, so you
question.
just go and
Okay,
cry. I don't care.
so the thing is that you're 19 and you referred the black community as colored people. Did your family or your community teach you that phrase to address what black people are or brown people? Because
Thanks.
the term colored people has before my time, and I'm 43. You're only 19. You just got here. You were just hatched.
Right.
So who taught you to address the brown community as colored people? Because colored people, that term colored people has been back in centuries before my mother was born. And my mom is 65 years old. So, and like, who taught you how to address people of that community? Who taught you?
I actually need to calm down like for a second because I didn't expect to come on here and
I
get
don't
like.
want to hear that. Go on and mute then. All that damn crying. Listen here, Karen. Your
I'm not
tears are
trying
ugly, so
to.
I can hear you. You by yourself in here. So you got on this
Hold
stage.
on,
You ain't
y'all.
no
Hold on.
baby
I'm
Everybody
mama.
stop.
gonna
Hold on.
answer the
Pause.
So
question. I
I
just need
don't
a
Hold on.
want to hear
Pause.
second.
that.
We
I
know
I
was
what's
don't
just
going
like
saying
on.
that my
Everybody
that.
pause. Hold
response
on,
was
Hannah.
Whatever.
Can
completely
you hold on? We
immediate.
mods
I
up
don't want to
here.
hear that
There's
damn crying.
moderators up here. When we ask people to
Don't
stop,
want
we
to hear
need everything to
crying.
stop.
Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. My child been
Hold on,
calling
the
you
diva.
words
Hold
since
on,
she was
sister. Hold
12
on, hold
years
on,
old.
hold
I
on. I
never
need
heard
to
you
take
no
a
damn
pause because you see
crying.
the numbers going up, and you know how the manipulation
Crying.
stopping.
It
Everybody,
got
hold on,
tears. I don't
pause.
care about no
Everybody
white woman
pause.
crying.
Wait, hold
I
on,
know.
Our
D.
No.
kids
Hold
are
on, D.
going
Hold on,
through
y'all mute.
bestiality. Your feelings
Let's
hurt. My
mute. Let's
child
stop. Hold
crying.
D,
on, hold on.
D,
We need to
man, come
breathe.
on. Don't get mad at her.
Hold on,
She
sister.
are
Hold on,
crying.
hold
She
on.
don't know no
Crying.
better.
Lock it up. Mute it up. I don't hear that shit.
Let's mute. Everybody stop. Mind break. There's 300 plus people in here. For the newcomers in here, this is a conversation. Just the way Hannah is crying, I'm crying too on the inside because of her calling us black people colored. That is an outdated term and that's very disrespectful. For the people in the comments, let's get the likes to 50,000. There's a lot of
Can I?
y'all in here. Tap the screen. Hold on. I am triggered by this YT woman calling black people colored. My heart is hurt. I want to cry right now. I am so offended by this YT woman calling people colored. And she's in a black space calling black people colored by way of how she's talking. She just started crying. I'm hurt too. I'm crying, but you can't hear the tears because I'm a man and I'm not supposed to be emotional. People in the comments, let's get to 50,000 likes, tap the screen, protect the live.
Can I
I
answer her
have YT
question?
woman tears. I'm sorry. I mean, I
Hold
have
on.
tears too because I'm a human. But ma'am, you have to be mindful of your words, your verbiage, and be mindful of the space you are in. You were disrespectful in calling black people colored. That's what they call Emmett Till before they took him out. That's what they call everybody that experienced what they did. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they called him a boy. They call us colored when we're just black people or Africans. Yet this country that your people decided to construct the way it did to keep us on the bottom of the totem pole, you, Hannah, think it's still okay in 2023 on this day to call black people colored. I'm offended. I'm triggered. But
Muteness.
I'm not going to cry on a panel in
That's what
public.
I'm offended
I'm going to
by.
hold my composure and speak on a panel and have a conversation, even if I'm in opposition to your energy. Excuse me. I got to be mindful of that. Let's get the lights up, y'all. Protect the live, tap the
Please
screen.
You
tap like,
crocodile
tap
I'm not
like.
tears for
crying on
somebody
a
that
panel when
can't
I'm having a conversation.
sitting there
I
sniffling
don't
and
get
shit.
offended that much to cry on a panel. I just know how to use my words and talk. But some people are emotional when they talk and they cry when they are being held accountable. But I'm on mute.
Okay, so to respond to that question, my mom is. I'm not okay. I'm just like a really sensitive person. I'm not trying to like cry or like ask for pity or anything. It's just like this is a really sensitive topic to y'all, and I have no clue. Like, oh my god,
Wise
I have no.
angel.
Let her
Lord,
talk. Let her talk. Let her talk, D. Hold on.
I feel
Hold
your
on.
pain. I feel it.
Go
I
ahead.
know.
Go ahead and talk.
You call us colored. I get it.
Okay, so my mom is probably one of the least like she's never ever since I was young like we talking about people of another race has never been something that she has had to talk to me about. She's always talked to me like told me to just accept people for who they are. I feel like this whole entire racist this just the systematic racism and oppression that has been going on is a problem with character. I'm not trying to like offend y'all in any way. Like I
Yeah,
did not know
man.
calling y'all
You call
colored
us
would be.
colored. I'm so triggered right now. Yeah, I get it.
Stop. Speak.
Bro, come on, stop it,
Ma'am,
G.
I'm
Come
So
hearing
on,
you.
bro.
Hannah,
I'm
Come on.
so
crying. We
Hannah,
crying
My
together.
mom has
Ma'am,
never
so
told
I
me.
know.
Hannah, so Hannah, so
I'm
Hannah,
so
take this
triggered. I'm
as
colored. I get it.
So, Hannah, take this as a learning lesson, okay? From now on, you've been corrected. The term colored people should not be in your system, period. You should correct yourself from day on to address brown people, brown skinned people as just human beings. We're brown people. We're brown skinned people. We're human just
I
like you
don't know that.
are.
Listen,
And
sister, I
I
know you come.
agree.
Hold on. No, 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 no. All right. Hold on. Hold on.
I think we all bleed the
Human
same.
beings,
I
no,
think that we all.
sister. See that now you done opened up a whole new
Oh my
wrong
God.
direction for
Oh
her to
my
go
God.
in with the human being.
Okay, so what I was trying to say is that we're not lesser
I just
than
don't know
because
how
of our
most
skin color. So what I was trying to say is from now on, she needs to delete that term of colored people addressing
I
as to
can't take it
us.
anymore. I'm so triggered
That's
because I'm
that's
and
all
black.
I'm saying.
100% like
I'm colored.
and 100% I
Let me
understand
answer this
exactly what you're
because this
saying,
is
and I
something
like
that
how
takes a
we
little
can
bit more
have a
nuance than
calm.
that.
Man, you're
Hold on,
so Hannah, you're so
Hannah.
disrespectful, Hannah. You're very disrespectful. I'm
Speak.
triggered.
Stop.
Bro, stop it. Come on. Bro, you're
Listen,
19. Relax,
listen.
relax.
Hold. All right. So look, we're talking about black people. You call them black people. That's it. Talking about if you really want to be respectful, some of them, we like myself. I prefer the term African. You can call me an American African. Most likely, people don't all understand that, so you can call us African American. If you're talking about black people in America, you're talking about black people from Africa, they're not African American. Those are African people. You can also call them black people. We all black people across the diaspora. However, you don't want to call anyone colored because, again, the problem with colored is that it focuses our identity on our proximity to whiteness. Because if you call us colored, it means you're saying that there are people that are non-colored, and that is problematic because it's basically like you're calling us the non-whites, and we're not the non-whites. Y'all are the non-blacks, or the non-melanated people, because y'all are the only ones that are non-melanated. So that's the thing.
Y'all the only ones that are not melanated.
They got an echo.
So
She got an echo. You got an
that's
echo.
the thing.
Swipe down.
Hannah,
Bring your menu down from the top of your
brother
screen,
Legend,
Hannah,
can I
and
ask
put
her
it
a
back up.
question? Can I ask her just one question? Ma'am, do you want to apologize for calling black people colored? Because you're in a black space and I want to drop the live and I feel very triggered right
Because you're in
now.
a black space, and
Hannah, do you want to
I want to drop the
apologize,
live,
please?
and I
Because
feel
I'm so
very triggered
triggered
right
and
now.
I
You're in
know
a
you're
black
screen
space,
recording
and
this. I'm very offended. Do you want to
All right.
apologize to black people for calling us colored?
I just realized. You know what? That's probably is what's going on. Hannah, have a nice day. Thank you for the Panther card. You know what? I peeped that. Yeah, that's a problem. Hey y'all. I noticed the thing. I've been doing these TikTok lives for a minute. I noticed a thing where white tea women come on your live and they start crying and screen recording so that they can post stuff about you and say you're racist
Yeah,
in their little
gaslighting.
videos later on. That's a problem. But
But you,
you will see this video. The entire recording of it will be on my YouTube later on.
no, I agree with you. They do.
All
You do
right.
have a lot of. You do have a lot of women that do gaslight, but you have to remember they're kids, bro. You can't unalive her so
She's
bad, bro.
19, so that's a grown woman. Let's go.
Stop it.
You just love defending people.
Of course I
What's
do.
your
I
name?
like debating. I'm team
Yeah,
going.
nah. You love defending them, bro. You love defending them. I'm gonna call you
I'm going.
um
You know, if I'm in the white tea spaces, I'm defending all the blacks. I just like to debate. I like to be great.
yeah, you got like a Loki spirit.
I know.
Um
All right,
yeah,
mute myself.
so
I mute myself.
the
Go ahead.
heart, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Yes. My name is Clay. My age is 33. My pronoun is okay. I won't joke around. He, him.
All right. And what brings you up?
So no, most of it I could agree. Like I do feel like in the black community, we don't really appreciate a lot of black love, but also understand at the same time when more black people do date outside of race as well, it can bridge that small gap of racism. Because you have to remember, at one time, the Italians were considered off-white, the Spanish was considered off-white, Portuguese was considered off-white, Jewish was considered off-white. Middle Easterns used to be considered off-white. Now they start to be more acceptable. The same with the Asians. Of course, when black, we're on the opposite spectrum, so it's harder for us to be more accepted. I agree to that, but I do feel like when people date more black people, then they can tend to be more sensitive to like
That's
the
Cap.
experience. I said they didn't say
That's
all the
Cap.
time. I said when they date more, they're more accepted. It's way
That's
different
Cap.
from the '60s now than it is now. You don't see it.
That's
See
Cap.
that? Okay. I agree to disagree with that one. We're going to the second one
I would
is our
ask for the
generous
proof.
anti-black.
Do you think Meghan Markle is more accepted?
Meghan Markle, first of all, didn't want to accept her blackness, and she's biracial.
Yeah, but
When
she
you're
was
less
black
than when
enough
you're
to
less than 40%,
get kicked out the royal family and sent to
because she wanted
Canada.
to capitalize on being black because she thought she could make money. But let's be honest, she's not black. She's biracial.
Okay,
In the
and
United States, if you're less than
would you
30%, we
say
won't even
that
consider you black.
Thomas Jefferson? Yo, somebody got a lot of noise.
This is one of the girls.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of noise. Everybody got to mute up. If you're not talking, please mute. Please mute. It's too much noise. I don't know why you can't mute. I don't know. That's a lot too much noise.
Okay.
Okay, we back. Much better. So Thomas Jefferson had a
Black
enslaved
child.
ancestor that he used to make children with. Would you say that Thomas Jefferson was less racist for that?
Nope, I think he's racist, but we're talking about two different time frames. Because racism was still
Well,
100%
what I'm
alive
trying
at
to
the time.
say is
Still
that
alive now, not as bad as then.
there has always been forced white and black relations, and even some of them in which the black person in the relationship would say that they liked it and were complicit. I don't think it's ended any racism.
No, I agree to that.
Just the other week, a white T man that was married to a sister here, where I live at in Texas, unalived his wife, and he
What
was
about
caught.
what
Yeah,
about
he
the
was
other?
caught in Austin. That happens quite a lot.
And it also happens the
Um,
other way. A lot of black men, it's just a men issue that has nothing about race. There's a lot of black men who unalive their white
um,
partners. And let's be honest, and that's what creates a lot of
I'm
bias as
not
well.
saying that, but I'm
Yo,
saying, out of
Uncle
all
Ruckus,
It's a
the
man issue. It
hold
has
on,
nothing
legend.
about
relationships,
Can
race.
I just say one thing, brother?
that have gone
Yeah, go ahead.
on, there hasn't been any
Oh,
end
you
of
got it, legend.
racism in sight or
Heart,
less
you need to slow
racism
down.
in those communities. So
Talking, you need to
if what
mute
you're
and not
saying is
interject the whole
true,
time. Hold
are
on,
you
brother legend.
saying
My
there's
fault, brother. Can I just say one thing? Yeah, yeah. My fault. My bad. You know, I went to the bathroom. I put water on my face. I calmed down a little because I was triggered by this YT woman that called us colored. But the heart, when you're in the panel, anybody that comes on the panel, when the host is talking, don't interject the host. You distort the feed. Let him say what he got to say. Once he's done, then you can respond. The back and forth, the childish tit for tat is not necessary. So go ahead, the heart. Mute. Let him finish. Let Legend finish. Then you can respond.
No, I'm agreeing. I muted for him
all
to
right?
talk.
He's muted. All right. So no one has more domestic violence than white men. Okay, he's taking off his jacket. I think he's serious now. He's ready to be that snow crusader. I
First of
like,
all, you
and you're the
wait,
snow
hold on.
crusader, bro. I
No.
know
You know, hold on, hold on.
you're like
You
the bunny hero. So
first of
okay,
all,
so here we
okay, I
go.
want to make one point. You know,
Yeah,
first
no,
of all,
I know you're ready. I know
wait,
you're ready, man. I
right.
can see you're ready,
You
and
know,
I can see the
first,
white
Please
S
stop,
on your
brother.
wait,
chest,
hold
just
on.
growing to
Wait,
it's a WS on his chest.
hold on.
Just all
Personally,
right.
I
So
don't. Wait, hold on. Let
look.
me say it.
Well, no, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm
Okay,
not
go ahead.
done. I'm
Go
not
ahead.
done. I'm not done. So in South America, there was a thing called blanqueamente or something like that. I'm not the best at Spanish, but it was basically the whitening of their people, and there was a lot of that going on where black people were expected to whiten their race and their family. There was also Meherar la Raza, which was a caste system built on how what your proximity to whiteness was, and it also demonized people that had a proximity to Africanness, which was upward mobility for people if they decided to date interracially. What I'm trying to say is the things that you're proposing by saying that interracial relationships can end racism have already been tested and tried for well over 200 years. Racism still exists in all of those places, and black people are still oppressed no matter where you go. So I don't think it's working.
No, I agree. Actually, way longer than that. There's been a lot of times we did mix, and also for the aspect of power, we're saying that has black people ever been in power? Of course we have. It's the Moors. I hate this whole victim that black people are always weak. No, because it teaches victim mindset and make us black people feel like we've always been weak our whole life, which is BS. Black people have been in power. Black people had overused our power because the Europeans couldn't beat us in war, just like the Native Americans didn't lose the war to the white people. The white people beat the Native Americans because of diseases. It's also this victim mindset that we make these white people believe they have more power than they do, because they don't. So this is why I said I'm not a white savior hope. First of all, what I'm stating is that yes, sometimes in communities we mix, they are open-minded to understand us, because when love's involved or lust is involved, then they start to understand certain point of view. Like the young little girl, she
She
probably
was
didn't
not a
have
little
anything
girl.
to
She was a
to
grown
injure.
woman. She's 19 years
Whatever.
old.
I'm a grown man. To me, I think her she's a child.
I
But
think of
if
her
you
as
want
a
to
young
consider a
But
child,
woman.
you can.
I don't make someone a child
You
unless
can
they're under
consider.
let me just
18.
say
Okay, a
something.
young
Yeah,
adult.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Art, you need to be, hold on a second. You need to be mindful of how you talking on this live. You got to remember we're on a platform that's made for kids, and anything can be used or clipped to make it seem like bullying or any kind of harassment is happening. That is a
You're
grown
making,
ass
yeah, he's
woman.
trying to,
She was
right.
19. Be mindful of your
She was a
verbiage too,
woman.
Uncle Ruck.
Don't,
Black man. Be mindful of your verbiage. That wasn't a little girl. That was a grown 19-year-old TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes, educational purposes, who was on the panel disrespecting African Americans. She is not of the same race, TikTok. This is for educational purposes. We got to protect this live. Be mindful of where you at, Uncle Ruckus.
Okay.
Don't do that
First of all,
and violate this
I
man's live access. Protect his live because you're black, right?
okay.
Be
So I
mindful
will
of your
say young.
verbiage.
I will say
With that
young
said,
adult, but
hold
also
on. People in the live,
with the same
people in the comments
influence.
tap the screen, protect the live, but let's not let Goofy, brother, the heart, disrupt the live or ban the access or revoke this man's access to host for the next 7 days. But I'm gonna shut the hell
Okay.
up because they love
By the
their
way,
people. You love
by the
your
way,
people,
speak.
Uncle Ruckus.
Okay.
I
By the
got it, Uncle Ruckus. No,
Mr. Ruckus,
Uncle
you
Ruckus.
do know
No,
I have
I
the
don't want to
most
go back and forth
controversial
with you.
black video
I
right
just
now,
wanted to
right?
do that as a
I have the
moderator,
most
Uncle
controversial
Ruckus.
video right now, by the way.
Uncle
That's
Ruckus,
viral because
please
of
hold on. I'm not
my
done.
topic about Zimbabwe.
Wait.
So you can say your Uncle
Hold
Ruckus,
on.
you can
Stop.
sell your Ruckus
No,
where you want, because I have the
no,
most controversial
no,
video
no,
right
no,
now.
no, no,
Exactly.
no.
The most
Uncle Ruckus,
controversial,
it's
which
cool.
is super
I
pro-black,
understand you came up here to
because Mr.
save your
Zimbabwe was
sister,
YT. So
but
go
it's
ahead.
all good. But I'm a mute.
So go.
But make sure you protect this live access of the host because you're going crazy.
I will protect it. I
But
said
I'm
I
gonna
will
shut
take
up.
back
I'm a
my
mute.
word from what I said, and I will say
all right.
young woman instead. It's okay. But first
All
of all,
right. Yeah,
before you call
young
me
woman.
Uncle
Thank
Ruckus,
you.
before you say call me Uncle Ruckus from Miss Zimbabwe, I'm the one who's the controversial right now. If you put the Heart of Arrows, there's a lot of controversial videos on me for saying that Miss Zimbabwe shouldn't have the first ever Miss Universe being a white key woman. So first of all, I'm not Mr. Ruckus. Okay, when I'm stating, I'm trying
Wait,
to
so
protect my
hold
people.
on. You said that Miss Zimbabwe shouldn't be a Olympian
A
woman?
white teen woman, no. There's their
That's a
first
woman.
ever,
That's
ever,
a woman.
ever. I don't have a problem if they have one. It's the same thing with us. We had a black person
Wait, so you're saying she should
representation.
or she shouldn't?
She shouldn't be the first. She could be fourth, fifth, seventh, or thousand. I don't care, but not the first. If the
Oh,
people
so you're
vote for it and they're
saying
okay
there
with
should
it,
be more white Miss Zimbabwe's?
no. I'm saying that the first one, even second or third, should be a black woman because the majority is black. I agree to that. But also, I
Oh.
don't have a problem with it if the people from Zimbabwe want it. Because also, like in America, we had a black person represent U.S., Irish the same, Japan, what is mostly Asian. I don't have a problem with that. I try to avoid racism as much, and I try to keep people together. Yes, as a person, I am pro-black about a lot of things.
No, you're not.
At the same, you can say that all you want, but I have a lot of pages that get me banned, and it says I'm more pro-black, and I have more banned videos than you,
Being
which
banned don't
came
make you
surprise.
pro-black, bro.
Can I say
It's okay.
something?
I got point of views on certain things. I try to be great.
I just want to say something in this moment.
Go ahead.
It's very interesting how in this conversation, I was allowing the three brothers to talk because y'all was,
Uncle Ruckus.
question is important. But it's very interesting how black men on this app, because I don't know y'all in real life. I say this all the time. The brothers on this app, I don't meet these kind of brothers in real life. Speak, brother, exclude yourselves. Now, it's very interesting when y'all go out y'all way to defend a community that will watch you be strange fruit. And it is so weird how you say, oh, I just came on here, I'm a jokester or whatever. That's fine and good. But at the end of the day, if you're having a conversation and it's literally about race, I want to ask you this question because you just said it. When we look at the studies of marriage with interracial dating, or interracial marriage between black men and YT women, They're not very successful. And if you go, and since you're so familiar with this app, I want you to go look up the biracial children with YT mothers and what they're saying about their own mothers. And those have went very viral, several. So we aren't fixing anything by intermingling. The issues have never been historically addressed that have literally oppressed our people and that are still oppressing our people. Until we have a conversation of correction, until there's an education of correction, until there's actually history and knowledge put into these systems, and us actually finding some way of justifying and giving back to Black communities, I don't understand why you would think to give your generational wealth to anyone but Black people. But Black
Uncle
men,
Russell.
go off, because y'all ready to give yourselves, and I will say this again, how far, when you partner yourself with someone outside your race, do you find a racist person in the family? But y'all go off, because we done solved it through quote unquote love or lust thereof.
Go ahead, Uncle Ruckus. The heart.
It's
You got a
okay.
response to that, Uncle?
Yes, I
The heart,
do.
brother.
So,
What you got to say to that, Uncle? The heart.
okay.
My fault. I'm fucking up your name. You know, there's something
It's okay. I
wrong.
don't
I'm
give a
still
shit, man.
offended. I'm still offended by being called colored or hearing that out of a white T woman's voice or mouth. I'm still a little triggered. But go ahead, Uncle.
You see
The
my
heart.
reaction?
My
I moved
fault.
from the
The
camera
heart
for a second.
of Pharaohs. Go ahead, brother. Sister.
Okay. First of all, I moved from the
Whatever you got
camera, so
going
that
on.
means I agree with you on that point. Second, we have a big issue in the Black community where a lot of Black women, anything that's considered what's considered masculine in other cultures, like to take care of the household, to show emotion, to want to empower the Black community, we consider it feminine. We justify these toxic masculine traits, which are actually feminine traits. So you can say all you want that Black people don't want to be together. The biggest issue is more Black women don't want to be with Black men who want to help strengthen the Black community, and they'd rather be with Black men that will do bad stereotypical things that damage the Black community. I'm from California. I was a straight A student. Black women considered that unattractive, but white women found that highly attractive. So in my first 10 years as an adult, I tried very hard to date Black women. They weren't attracted to it. White women were. So you can say that all you want, and it's been a lot of stories from a lot of
I
successful
ain't never
Black
dated a
women
Black man that wasn't
multiple
educated
times
or
that they
well to
wanted
do
to date
anyway.
Black women. Black women would never
Yo,
date
what the
ever,
hell
and
is
they end up
happening,
having to
bro?
date YT women or Asian women or Latino women. It's also the Black community as well. And we talk about this with multiple different groups on TikTok, and they say the same
Ain't
thing
nothing
all the
more
time,
attractive than
especially
an
Black men.
intellectual Black
Black
man,
women do not
sir.
date
That's
the
why.
good
That's why.
Black
Hey,
men. They've
D,
always
let Elmer Fudd
Black
cook.
males.
Keep going. Let Elmer Fudd keep cooking. It's Wabbit season. Go
Sister,
ahead.
let me know
No,
when
I'm
you
not even
want to
defending
tag
the
me
white
in,
people right now. I'm
because
saying
I
that
got
there's
some
Black
thoughts.
men who can help the Black community, but they keep dating the bad stereotype of Black men, the gangster Black men. This is what the Black women want to date. I've seen women who are educated, doctors, and they're dating gangsters and these bad Black dudes, not the educated ones who want to help out with the Black family and have a strong Black family. They want the bad stereotypes. So Black women also have a bad effect in the Black community. It's always the Black men, the Black men, the Black men. Y'all don't take responsibility for your own situation as well. You can strengthen the community. We don't keep the money in the community. If a Black man makes money, now you need to pay for this, and this. Asian women don't believe that. They say that in the Asian community, we keep the money in the family.
Asian women.
Our family can have it too. So what are you talking about? Because every Black woman want to get mad at a Black man, but they don't take responsibility within their own situation as well. And
Oh
I'm
my
The
lord.
diva. The diva, what you thinking of here? Hold on, bro.
Oh
Legend.
my
Hold on.
lord.
Let the mods respond to this nonsense. Diva, what you want to say, sister? Because I got some
So I
thoughts
always find it
after you
interesting,
done.
right? You know,
Let a sister, let a
I
queen
always
talk
say
first.
this.
Go ahead, sister.
This is the best thing, and I've had this conversation overly with several Black men. I love intellect, right? So I love a Black man that can make me think. That's how I ended up with the person I'm dating right now. So it's always interesting, right? When you have this conversation of this intellect, I always say Pookie and Pookie should choose each other. But a lot of y'all brothers that don't want to be brothers, y'all go choose the others. And the weirdest thing about that, it makes me think of Kanye West. So I told you this before, Brother Legend. Remember, I told you, I said Kim Kardashian wanted a Black man, but she wanted a pro-Black man. But Kanye West wanted to be something else, but or he wants to be West. Let's just put it that way, you know, OJ. But y'all always go out of your way, right? And you act as if Black women are a monolith, but you as a Black man, you hate to be deemed as a monolith. You will act like every Black woman wants this hood thug. Sorry, I never dated that before. But it's very interesting how you are the special, unique unicorn within the Black men. You are the superior. You are the horse of all horses. And Black women do not want you. They don't want to elevate in society. They don't want anything. But it's amazing how they lead in education. They lead leading businesses. They're literally entrepreneurs like nobody's business. But they don't want an educated black man. They want Pookie. They want Pookie to drive their car around all day and drive the gas out of it. Sir, you are dipping in a pool that you are not familiar with. And you would rather go somewhere else. And I wish y'all would just be honest and comfortably go to the other pool and shut the hell up and quit coming up here being a super saver nigga than coming out of your way to tell black women what they don't want. Because guess what, sir? Don't nobody want a poon. I ain't never in my life wanted a Negro that didn't want to be black. Never in my life. But you sat here and you act as if education and intellect was excluded from black men. All I've ever dated was educated, well-to-do
You're the
brothers.
exception.
So when you sat there and said what you said, you just shitted on black men indirectly. And I feel
I know.
disrespected. I
You're the
feel so
exception.
disrespected because all I deal with is educated black men. And you sat there and act like you some unicorn or something special. The issue is that you don't know yourself. And you don't know the blackness of what you stand in. And your problem is the pool that you want, you must not qualify for. But you keep fishing, going over there to the bunny hole and get you a rabbit, because there's plenty of them that'll take you.
First of all,
Plenty of them love
I
pissing on
don't have
cotton.
no interest in
And
them, so stop
sir,
assuming you know
sir,
that the
sir,
section
sir,
of the
sir, hold on.
Hold
I
on, don't
pause for
interrupt
you.
a sister. Let
I
her
pause
just
for you.
land.
You went out of your way to not only disrespect black men, but to act as if black women were some hood rats looking for only thugs. And you are the type of brother that will constantly insult your people to go around massa and act like the good pet. So go get your head patted and your ass tatted and go on and furry on down the rabbit hole with your little bunny. I ain't got time for that.
First of all, I love how you put words in my mouth, brother.
Nope.
Didn't say that. I
No.
said that there's a lot
No.
of
The
people
heart.
who
No.
educated
No.
black women
No.
and they would
Brother, I
choose
need you to
to
mute. Hold on.
not
Nope.
Hold on, it's not.
No.
or
We going in
I said
turns.
No.
white
We
men
gonna
as
give
well.
you your turn
No.
to speak. The heart. You
The
gotta write
heart.
it down.
I
You
need you
gotta
to hold it down.
do whatever you gotta do, and
Yeah,
then you
you
gotta
gotta
come with
mute.
that ether. But let speech
Listen,
talk. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be short. I ain't gonna scream. I ain't gonna curse. The heart, you are the problem in the black community. You are another Terrell Owens, a weak ass black man who decides to deal with a colonizer woman to cater to your weak ass emotions and feelings. You going to get love from a napkin or a thin Olympian is not the answer, black man. Get you a black woman to heal your hurt and pain from your trauma with your mama. I understand that your father may have harmed you, the heart, but you going to a YT woman or a thin Olympian is not the answer. Just because you are a weak ass man, brother, your solution or the resolve to your problems and your trauma is not to go to a YT woman. Get your shit together. And the fact that you're up here speaking on the black community or black woman or all these statistics and stigmas when it comes to the black people is disrespectful to your community, sir. Do you deal with black women? You probably don't. I feel sorry for you. I'm embarrassed to call you a black man to be up here on a panel talking the way you do. Ruckus. What the hell is going on? What happened to you that the black woman, let me say, she disregarded you or she rejected you, so you want to deal with a YT? I don't know if it's a woman or a man you want to deal with, but that is not the answer, Terrell Owens. Or whatever you have going on, love your community. Make a
Everybody
baby or
tap like, tap
marry
like.
a black woman. Marry a black woman. Deal with a black woman. Or if you interested in that, a black man. Because I don't know what's going on right now. I'm confused. But this is not the answer, sir. You are in the black space and you are talking about these people and you came and protected Hannah, who made me cry as a black man, calling me colored. But you feel a kind of way. You feel excited being in the black space, talking about all these stigmas, these stereotypes, this nonsense when it comes to the black community. Sir, you need help. You dealing with your colonizer people, Uncle Ruckus, is not the answer. You
Are
make
you
me sad to see your melanin. I'm disgusted. I'm offended by your melanin because of your brain and how you operate or how you think. With that said, I'm done.
are you
I
done
ain't even
being
curse.
sensitive, little crybaby?
But I'm offended by who
Are you
you are
done
and
being a
your voice,
sensitive
your
little
energy,
crybaby?
your spirit,
Are
sir.
you
I'm
sensitive being
offended.
a crybaby? Because you're
I'm
not a man. A
offended.
man don't cry. Sorry. Men don't cry like a little punk. I'm sorry. I'm a grown man. I'm not crying. That's not how it works. I'm not about to cry because of the word color. As a man, we take this hurt and we teach our women partners and we teach our kids that,
You need
look,
a therapist.
I can have a therapist all you want. But at the end of the
Nah,
day, don't
nah,
let small
no,
words
no
affect me.
therapist is gonna tell you that you can't cry, man. That's
You
a
could
shame.
cry. I'm not saying you can't. I'm being
Yeah.
rude just like you're being rude to me. But look, we're grown men. We have to find out the way to overcome certain words. That's what I'm stating. And second, you don't know what I date. I never said what I date. I said that there's a lot of successful
You
black
came
men.
here to
Hold
defend
on. No,
your
I didn't.
napkin
No,
thin
I didn't.
Libyan
I didn't. No, I
counterparts
did
or who
not.
you
No,
want
I
to
did
be.
not. No, I
I
did not.
understand
I
the
tried to
self-hate.
finish a
It's
word and you
okay.
guys kept cutting me off.
You
No,
don't
I
love
did not.
yourself. You don't love your
No, I
melanin.
did
It's
not.
all
Are you
right.
going to
I
let me
got you. I'm
talk
going
or
to let you
not? Or are you
talk,
going to
but
act
you
like
don't
a little
love your
girl always
melanin.
over me? No, you like to talk over me. What are we, women or something now? You always trying to overtalk me. Let me talk.
You
Oh
don't love
boy.
your
Yes, you act like a
community.
woman. Like I said,
Oh
You don't
no.
love your
Mr. Alpha
melanin,
Male, you're not
Papa.
an
It's
alpha
all
male.
right,
You
but I'm going to
understand
let you
that?
talk. I'm a
You
mute.
let your boyfriend do you the,
Crazy.
the so-so. Act like a little girl all the time, always trying to
Oh
overcut
my
someone.
god.
For the second point, you don't let me talk because I never finish my point, and you start to act like a little girl, and you just yapping like a little girl all the time. So stop it. I'm tired of hearing your mouth sometimes. Okay. Secondly, you don't know what I like. I never said what I like. Never said what my preference are. Okay. So second off, so you don't know what I like. Never said it once. Never said if I like white tea or black or Afro Latino or Asian. I said that some of the most successful black men in the United States stated very simply that it was very hard for them to feel like they could grow in the black community, which I find it very unfortunate because they should keep it in the community if they could.
Nah, nah,
Hold on.
nah, nah.
Yes, I did. Nah, nah,
Nah,
nah,
nah,
nah.
Hey.
Shut
nah,
up.
Nah,
nah.
nah.
Hey,
Hey.
hey. You're
Goodbye.
gone.
We've been freed. We free.
Listen, hold
We've been
on real quick. I just got to
emancipated.
say this real quick.
Oh
Let's
my
get to
god.
75,000 likes. It's almost 500 people in here. Make sure you gift the host. Let's give him a bunch of cat paws, a bunch of money guns, a bunch of all that hot shit. It's 500 people in here. Ain't no reason in the next 15 minutes we can't get to 75K likes. Tap the screen, share the live. Gift the host, gift the host, gift the co-host, the diva down here below me.
Be
Make
diva
sure
and
you give
speak.
her the most.
And speak as
Gift the
well.
sister. Gift the sister. No, I don't need no gifts. Gift the sister and the host. I don't need none of that. But
Give
I
him
gotta
some gifts
call this
too.
shit
He
out
deserves
when
it.
you hear these goddamn Uncle Ruckuses on platforms clowning themselves or embarrassing themselves as black people, bro. This shit is disgusting to me. But I'm a mute. I'm gonna shut the hell up. Let's get to 75K. Tap the screen, gift the host, and gift the diva.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you for the gifts. That is wild. Man, anti-blackness and patriarchy come hand in hand, don't they? Don't they come hand in hand? That's what we just got an example of. Patriarchy, brothers. Patriarchy. Our quote unquote the male privilege we're supposed to be co-opting. Patriarchy subjugates black men just as much as it do the sisters in different ways. There is no hierarchy of oppression. In different ways, we are both subjugated to patriarchy. It is not a power which we can co-opt against our black women in benefit of ourselves. And we sound ignorant as hell when we don't do the work to decolonize and calling just all the stuff he was saying. I was waiting for him to disrespect black women specifically. He said some stuff that was anti-black about sisters, but he kept saying Speak was talking like a girl and all this other stuff. Like I was waiting. If he had said something too crazy, he would have got automatically booted. But it was just a nice little minstrel show he wanted to put on. And it was cute, but we're not about any of that here. Thank y'all for the gifts and the Panther Paws getting him up out of here. Elmer Fudd has left the building, y'all. User 756, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Hi, I'm Soph. I'm 20 and I'm white.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. I mean, after that exchange, my goodness.
No, I'm not like that, not at all. First of
Okay.
all, I want to say, like, I felt so, like, when I heard what she said, I was shocked, to be honest, because the lack of, how do I say, like, I guess the understanding, and she didn't have anything, like, in the sense of she was really disrespectful, and I'm so sorry about, like, on my behalf, like, I feel like it was really, really, really disrespectful. But what I came on here is I liked what you said about, is it racist to only date your race? And I think it really is racist, to be honest, in my personal opinion, because a little background of me, I come from Eastern Europe, and I moved to America for like 5 years. I lived there, and I my my grandma, like my grandpa, they would always say like, oh, go find like a white boy, go, you only have to be with someone who's like the same race as you and everything. And to me, I didn't understand that. And when I came to America, like I understood, because I saw a bunch of people. I saw Black people, I saw Asian people, I saw everyone. And I want to ask you, and I want you to kind of educate me on this matter. So on Instagram, I saw that an African guy was speaking about the fact that all African men, they will go back, and like they can go to Europe, they can go live in Europe, they can get married, but then they will always come back to their own women, so African women. So my question is, so I want you to like explain that to me and educate me on that. I wanted to kind of ask you the same question on your perspective, like coming from a white girl to a Black man. Is it racist to only date your race? If we're talking about, how I said that the guy said that they will always come back to their own race, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Now, all right, few things. First of all, be mindful that it's not my job to educate you. So you don't want to say, I want you to educate me, like you're putting in an order at McDonald's. I can answer a question for you
yeah.
that will give value to my audience and people watching as well, but it is your job to educate yourself.
Yeah.
However, could you clarify what you're saying? Because you sound like, are you saying, is it racist for Black people to date within their race?
Well, what I'm kind of I'm asking, so what I saw on Instagram was an African guy saying, I can go to Europe, I can marry a white girl, I can, live 10 years or whatever, but then later on in the future, I'm still gonna go back to an African woman. So what I'm asking is that if we kind of switch the roles, correct? And I ask you the question.
Ask me what question?
Is it racist to only date your race from your point of view?
As a Black man. So,
Yep.
because I'm trying to see what the video you saw had to do with
Yep.
it. What do you mean? Because the reason he said that in the video is because marriages outside of his nation, his society that he grew up in, are not recognized by his people. So he can go to Europe and marry whoever the hell he wants, and they don't take European paperwork seriously. So it's kind of like he's just taking advantage of that. But and it's kind of like he's only saying he only cares about the marriages that are recognized in Africa. So that's what that sounded like. On the flip note, though, the question you're asking, would it be racist for me to only date within my race? No. I'm Black. We are not racist. We don't benefit from racism. We do not see ourselves as superior or have a system of superiority in which we subjugate other races and deem them inferior. So that's not something we do. There is no European country or even Eastern European country that everyone there speaks an African language, has an African last name, and the name of the country is in an African language because Africa came to Europe and made them slaves and brought them back to Africa to build plantations for them. So that never happened. I speak English not because my ancestors decided, hey, let's go to America, guys. It's the land of opportunity, like your parents did. Or I don't know. I don't know if you said you came to America or not, but a lot of other Eastern European parents did, and said, "Let's go to America, guys," and it's the land of freedom. My parents didn't do that. My ancestors didn't do that. They were brought here against their will. They did not want to come here. They saw this as a land of horror and enslavement. So I'm not speaking English because someone decided for me to speak English. My parents and grandparents were forced to speak English, and they were actually disconnected from their African history, so they didn't even know what language we used to speak. We don't even know, because not only that, we're not all from one African civilization. My ancestors were forcefully bred by white people. They were forced to have 5 children a year. Well, I'm sorry, not 5 children a year. 5 children in their lifetime, and in a year they would have 5,000 children come off of one plantation. So one farm would have 5,000 children a year in Virginia, in the United States. So they were forcefully bred with different tribes and different people mixing together. So even if I could trace back my ancestry, I wouldn't even know if it's accurate, and I wouldn't even know what language to go by, because I might have 6, 7, 10, 20, who knows how many tribes in my lineage. So there's no way I can learn my first natural language, the language of my people, and I'm forced to learn this language. None of this has ever happened to white people for us to be considered racist. So also, I would say that for 400 years, it was illegal for black people, black men and black women, to come together and get married. So I can't say it's racist for us to do what the slave masters didn't want us to do. They wanted us to not be married to each other. So if I choose to rebel in that way and love a black woman, and after being told not to love my black women, then that's not racist. That's not the same thing. Hello? Are you there?
Sounds like she lost service, but I'm gonna say I don't blame.
Hold on. We gotta introduce ourselves.
Sorry.
Did you lose service, user?
Can you hear me?
Okay, we hear you now.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on, person on top. We'll get to you in a moment. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you as well, what do you reply to someone, or what would you kind of say, or what you think about this when people say, oh, it's just a preference? Because I don't believe that it's a preference, like for a white person to not want to, be with someone else. So I don't know how, like, if you could, I guess, say your view on that.
No. Hold on, legend. How about you answer that?
Me?
The same question you asked the host. How about you answer it for yourself? What
I
was your
just said
race
that
again?
I don't think that I'm white.
She white.
But I just said that I don't think that it's
Got you.
wrong, and I think
So
that
why
it's
are you
wrong, and
asking
I
the
think
host
that
that?
it
What are you
shouldn't
trying
be
to
a
set up in
preference.
this live with all these people in here? What is your angle? Why are you asking the host that?
Just trying to have a conversation. It's a discussion, so.
Are you sure about that? Why did it take you so long to respond when the host asked or said hello 3 or 4 times and you took too long to respond to that? What are you doing on the panel? Like, are you here to actually have a discussion, or you
Yeah, I'm
on here
here to
trying to
have a
set something up to
discussion. I'm
make it
here
seem like
to.
the host is somebody that he's not? Because this is a conversation. This is not a
No.
debate. There is no racism happening here, because this is non-existent when it comes to black people having a conversation, discussing these topics above. But ensure you're able to have a conversation with whatever is going on. And if you can't handle the conversation, drop. Because we don't need any chaos agents in here to try to set this up to get this man's live access banana. If you're going to have the conversation, have the conversation. Be mindful of how you are articulating yourself and what you're saying up here. Have a conversation. Don't respond with questions to
I'm
try to
gonna
set
be
things up.
honest. I'm not answering no more questions. You can answer the questions. Let us know what you think.
I can talk.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because we have people waiting in the queue, and you going back and forth and asking questions to the host is not it's not necessary. You're disrupting the live stream, and we got people in the queue waiting to come up. And if you can't answer the questions on the discussion or conversation, it's no need for you to be up here taking up this much time. We just want your opinion, ma'am. But if you can't do that, just drop. And just say I'm a bow out, I can't handle this, or I'm out of my wits, or I have no other comment, and just drop. That's all we need, Miss Lady. You're not a sister, but that's all we need. So I'm on mute, and you can go ahead, Miss User 756. Excuse me.
I understand that and why I was talking, but I think the connection was wrong. So again, it's a discussion. I just came on here to have a discussion to talk about it, but
Nah, nah,
Yeah.
nah, nah. Nah,
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 nah, nah.
nah.
Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. She out of here. Thank y'all. Somebody said Mayo be gone in the comments. Y'all need to stop. All right, I'm gonna go to the next guest, y'all. Don't forget to tap like. Please tap like. Tap like. Let's get up to 100K likes, or else I'm gonna turn the comments off. We gotta get to 100K likes, y'all. In the next, let's see, there's 400 people in here. Come
15
on,
minutes, bro. It can happen
15
fast.
minutes,
If they all tapping for the next 3 minutes straight, we can get to 100K likes, bro. Before you end the
please.
live, the likes should be at 150K, man. This is easy. If everybody taps the screen super fast every 10 minutes, the man's algorithm can move forward. More people will see the live, and it'll help him get up on a daily rankings. I talked to you. I think it was yesterday. I said that shit.
Yeah,
But bro, just for me, because that's what I do when I moderate. I push people algorithm forward. So with likes, it get more people to see you on the FYP, and more people tap in. The more people
I
share,
have.
you
Mhm.
know what the algorithms and all that. Yeah. So let's get to 50 shares, and I'm gonna shut the hell up. I'm gonna let you have your thing. But I know in 15 minutes we can be over 100,000. So y'all keep tapping the screen. Let's get 7 more people to share the live with 10 people. Let me shut the hell up because I'm just a moderator. I ain't that important.
I appreciate you, brother. Speak, and I have noticed the difference since I've been ending it after 100K. I'm gonna go to the next guest, Jonathan. But before I do that, what's going on, brother? Heffen up top.
Peace, brother. Peace to the live. What's
Peace,
going on,
man.
man?
I love your content, brother. Thank you for gracing the live, man. What's going on with you?
I appreciate it, man. I'm not trying to take up too much time. Just here to drop my perspective and keep it going.
Please do.
And man, hey, and great job as well on the content you're creating and the spaces you open up, man. That's what our people need. So I just want to give you your flowers for that. So real
Thank you.
quick, yeah, no problem, man. So is it racist to only date your race? It depends on why. Racism is a state of ignorance ultimately. So if you can explain logically why you're only dating within your race, then it's not racism. Prejudice. You don't have to date within your race. And you can be prejudiced, and that's why you're dating within your race, or discriminatory. That's why you're dating within your race. That's racism. You can be non-discriminatory, non-prejudiced, and that's why you're dating within your race. And be logically sound about it. That's not racism.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, black people we don't need
Yeah.
prejudice. We don't need discrimination to date within our race. No
Mm-hmm.
racism involved. Okay, our gender wars and anti-black as we understand them and are experiencing them in this here country. Absolutely, they're engineered, manufactured, however you want to spin it. It's not natural. This is not our culture. We didn't just haphazardly fall our way into arguing amongst each other. So I would say it's anti-black via means of COINTELPRO, via means of social programming, however you want to call it.
That's it. Yep.
However you want to spin it, work it. You know what I'm saying? It's an unnatural social indoctrination. Okay. Can black and white cultures fully coexist? At this point in time, I don't think so. At any point in time before, I think the only
Yeah.
time. Yeah, go ahead.
Go
Yeah,
ahead. No,
yeah.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
The only time I understand of black and white cultures existing harmoniously is when very small segments of white people were in African civilizations and didn't have the power to compete. So in that sense, yes. So in this current time, black cultures and white cultures are not coexisting harmoniously. But I think when white cultures finally one day learn about a moral code and embrace a moral code equaling that of the traditional African standard, then we can fully coexist. But without a moral compass that emulates or is similar to what our ancestors had, we will never be able to fully coexist because it's a moral difference. All right. So at this point in time, no. Anything that we see or observe as we think that black people and white people are harmoniously coexisting is an illusion of within the white power structure. That's it. If this was a black power structure, a traditional African power structure, it would look totally different. Point blank. Period. Can non-black people be pro-black? Anything is possible, but realistically, I think the only time a non-black person can be pro-black is if they go through like a traditional African rites of passage, because the epitome of pro-blackness, of pro-blackness is, pretty much a complete or striving righteous person. Like, we are such spiritual people in terms of our origin, in terms of our ancestors and where we come from. We are such divine, we operate on a divine lifestyle that's really who we are, beyond the skin, beyond the genetics. It's a psychological thing. So if you are pro righteousness, then it's like you're pro black. But since typically these other races and cultures, they have not emulated the standard of righteousness that our ancestors had, it's hard to say that you all are truly pro-black. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in the African diaspora wouldn't be in the situation that we're in the first place. Okay, so again, anything's possible, but like let's see it actually.
It's like saying I could jump to the moon.
Right, exactly. Like, I mean, let's like you gotta your cultures. One thing is an individual, okay, right? But as a culture, as a people, that really speaks to the nature of the race of what it means to be, pro-black. So I think we just, other races, they still have they have a far journey to show that they really have love for black people. But yeah, that's just a whole quick run through, brother. Thank you for even giving me the space, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. On the spiritual tip, man, everybody here, his content is it focuses on African spirituality, and that's why I love it. Me and my wife both been watching and learning from this brother right here. He's very good at deciphering and giving it to you in a way that we can understand it. So I love that about what he's able to provide on this anti-black app, and then
it's so anti-black, it's crazy.
You
man.
feel me? Yeah, right.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, but I would say when it comes to being pro-black, I agree with you that anything is possible, but the problem that would make it, even if it were possible, problematic is it's like if somebody was to run with you in a race and there's all these obstacles in front of you and they say, hey, I want to help you, I'll chop off my legs and give you my legs. It's like, well, if you do that, then you won't be able to run, so it's going to mess you up, and then I won't be able to do anything with your legs, so it's not even going to help me for you to try to, pro-blackness is prioritizing your actions and values, your actions and your beliefs, prioritizing your actions and beliefs with what's in the best interest of building the black community. So not just saying I love black people, but building within our community and prioritizing our community above your own best interests. But what's in the best interest of you as a black person is when you build within our community, what's in the best interest of you. For me, for example, I have a black wife. So what's in the best interest of me and my wife and what we build and within our community is always going to be in the best interest of the entire community, because it always benefits the black community when a black man and black woman get together, have a black child, and raise them in our culture. So, that's now, can a non-black person contribute to that? That's where it's like, You can try, but honestly, we'd rather you just be anti-racist. Go ahead and dismantle racism within your own community instead of coming around us and trying to, move the obstacles out of our ways. Don't chop off your legs to try to help us. So that's what, you feel me? Appreciate you, man. Wonderfully well said. I'm gonna go to the next guest, Jonathan. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns?
I'm 30. I'm white, and I go by he, him.
Thank you, Jonathan. And go ahead and answer the question or whatever question you want. Talk to us. What's up?
Well, I was looking at it, says, can non-black people be pro-black? And I used to think that you could, but throughout time, I've realized that I don't really think, at least with white people, I don't think that you can be fully. Because as a white person, no matter what I do, no matter how much I push against it, there's no way I, as a white person, cannot benefit from racism in America. So that's why I don't really think that I can truly be 100% pro-black, because if I go into a grocery store, I'm not going to get followed.
Pro-blackness is black people coming together and building their own community and prioritizing the love of the community. Ubuntu is what we call it. Above like individualism, which is a European ideology. So that has to do with us. That has like y'all can't help with that. Y'all can be anti-racist, and what you brought up just now was racism. That is not a black problem. Racism is a white problem that affects black people, but that's not our problem that we create, benefit, facilitate, or control.
Okay, thank you for telling me that. I got on here because I saw it was whenever Hannah was on here, and I didn't like how whenever y'all was trying to inform her, she just got defensive. And instead of going, to me, it's like, as a non-black person, if a black person tells me, hey, what you just said offends me, I'm not going to get defensive. I'm going to be like, oh, well, thank you for informing me. You shouldn't have to inform me, but I appreciate it, just like you just did. That's real. I really came on here to get into it with her, but she's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I would have let you because I prefer it when snowmen have snow fights between themselves, because I really don't want to do that work. So I would have gladly
Right,
let
you
you
shouldn't have
handle
to.
Oh man, have snow fights. I'm done.
that. I ain't got nothing to do with that, So,
Yeah,
but
and
yeah.
I also saw that can you be racist and refuse to date anybody outside of your race? I think I really think that it depends. Like you was just saying, in how do I word this? I'm sorry. I I feel like if, like, a white person, like, I come from a racist family. Most white people that say they aren't are liars. I don't associate with them, but I feel like if it's like, I got this cousin and she dated a black man for a long time, but because my family had an issue with him, he dumped her. And now he's like, I'm not going to date anybody that's white. And I don't blame him for not wanting to put up with that shit. It's like, and but before I married my husband, I dated men that happened to be black, and I didn't get the bullshit from their family that they got from my family. So after dating me, and I don't really blame my ex for being like, you know what, I don't want to be with another white guy because I don't want to deal with your crazy family. Where that's not something I feel like white people have to deal with as much. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but personally, I'm 30 years old and I've never experienced any type of racism because as a white person, I can't. But my ex, he did, and he was a good guy, but my family treated him like shit. Personally, I should have cut them all off, but I didn't. I was stupid. But yeah, I mainly just came on here to argue with Hannah.
Okay.
But
Well, yeah. Hopefully you can catch him next time. Thanks for coming up.
Hopefully, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, the person above him dropped. I guess I don't know. The person above him dropped too.
Speak skin. Okay, so can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
I ain't doing nothing. Yeah, I'm not blocking nobody. They just leaving. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm up here because I go crazy, but I ain't got nothing to say. I'm chilling right now. I'm chilling.
Okay, so watch this. Hello, and welcome to Brother Legends Live. You are in Brother Legends Live. Go ahead and tap that screen, you guys. We need to get to 150. We need 150, you guys. Pop, 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 pop. Tap that screen, you guys. Tune in and turn up. You guys, go ahead and send in those paws. When you got these crazy, annoying, extra unwashed Karens on the team, we need you to send those Panther
Whoa.
paws in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Send
whoa. No,
gifts
no,
from
no,
your
no, no,
host.
no. Stop. Sister, stop. No. That's not the right commercial.
Host to the most.
Just say
Send
when
them
there's a
in.
guest interrupting the live. Don't do
It,
that.
it doesn't matter. At the end of the
Just
day,
say
you guys,
a
tap
interrupting
this
guest or
screen,
chaos agent.
show
That's
some
crazy.
love. You are in Brother Legends Live.
Thank you, sister. Appreciate you. Yeah, y'all. We had some mayonnaise today. It was pretty wild. To, the lives have been interesting this weekend. This weekend's been pretty crazy, man. We've heard people call black men boy, and we had black men come up here and talk wild about sisters. We had to let D handle some of that, but then Speak came and dealt with them. That was interesting. That was I'm gonna post all the clips, and I'm gonna post a whole live on my YouTube. I'm gonna start doing that every day. So I'm just like creating that system where it'll just download and then post every day. So yeah, if you want to know what happened before you got here, you can check it out there. Randy, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hold on, brother. Hold on. Hold on, brother
Oh yeah,
Randy.
go
Hold
ahead.
on. I gotta help.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta do this mod thing. Listen, it's 300 and something people in here. It's no reason why all of y'all are not going to Brother Legend's link to his YouTube and subscribing. By the end of tonight or tomorrow, Monday morning, this man should have at least 100 new subscribers on YouTube. If you in tune with the platform, damn, D Diva, she dropped. I don't know if it's the app. Subscribe to his YouTube. Hit the link in the bio. Join the Discord if you a black or brown person interested in learning more. Get this man's subscribers on YouTube to a higher number, man. I'm gonna shut the hell up. But yes, like the sister said, let's get to 150K. Everybody tap the screen. Make sure y'all gift the host. He need more gift to support his platform and the algorithm. And I'm gonna shut the hell up now. But go ahead, the next person.
All right, appreciate you. Randy, go ahead. What's your age, race, and pronouns?
Oh Lord, I am from Mississippi. I am 52 years old, and I am American. That would be my pronoun.
Man, so you answered some of those questions wrong. I didn't ask where you're from. What's your race?
American.
That's not a race.
Well, hell, all these other races I got going on, I don't know what the hell I'd be.
Spoken like a true Mississippian.
Well,
Are
I
you
tell you
part?
what,
Are you?
no, I like it. I'm good with everybody. We got biracial in my family. We got gays in my family. Dude, I'm cool as shit. Just don't fuck with me. I ain't worried about all that dumb shit. I don't try to get in nobody's business. Don't get my business. That's the way I
Um,
roll.
do you toast your bread on a burned cross in the morning?
Nah, nah,
Hell,
nah, nah.
no. Why say that,
Nah,
man?
nah, nah, nah.
Yo, that was crazy. I asked the man his race, and he went all into intersectionality and all that other stuff. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. That he had to go. Thank y'all for the Panther pause. That was crazy. He had to go. And then wow, did I bring Hannah back up here? How did that happen? Oh no, it's Hannah Montana's wig. That's somebody else.
It's Lala. Chill out.
Hannah Montana's wig. What's going on, Lala? Give us Wait, hold on, Lala.
Okay.
hold on, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Hannah, my bad. Hold on, Hannah. Mute your mic. She's muted. Okay, Lala, my sister. What's going on? How you doing? How you doing?
I just feel like, would you like for me to go down the list?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Okay. So discussion, is it racist to only date your race? Well, I wouldn't like to be dating a black man because it's just not, it's beneath me. It's beneath me. Our gender wars into, I can't answer that because I don't even understand why you guys just are so gung-ho again about black people. Like, get it together. Totally. Can black and white cultures, actually, we're the ones who created braids. We created braids.
Do you mean the Vikings?
Yes.
Oh no.
Totally. Totally. Can non-black people, I am pro-black. I mean, I just don't feel, wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute,
That's
y'all.
what I said. Pause.
Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all.
Nah. And look at them, they really
Ew,
mad.
the
Yeah.
cosplay even work. That's crazy.
That's crazy. Nah, they said that's
Wait
crazy.
a minute, y'all. I was just playing. I was just...
It was too accurate. He said, I am pro black.
Wait a minute, y'all. It hurt me to say that. But this how they be acting on TikTok. This how they be acting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet and let somebody else go.
All right. Thank you, sister. Hey, y'all, shit, this is one of my co-hosts. She be coming up here. I don't know what happened to her other account. Something happened to your account. Something be going on with your account because you was a moderator before.
My main account.
Uh,
I get my privileges back Tuesday. So
okay.
this is my backup, but I'm doing an experiment right now. That's the reason why my picture is what it is.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming up, sister. And Hannah Montana's wig. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Hey, so I am 22. I go by she, her pronouns, and I'm white.
Okay. All right. And go ahead. What brings you up?
Oh, I was just gonna answer, some of the questions on the discussion. Just wanted to
All right.
chat.
Go ahead.
Um,
Absolutely.
so for the first one, I think that one honestly depends. I think there's a lot of factors for why someone could choose to date inside their race. Like, let's say, someone was an immigrant and they moved to a completely new area, and sometimes those people will choose to date within their own race, especially like because of things like language, um, and a whole bunch of other things. But like,
What is the language of one race? Name one
oh no,
racial
no, no, I don't mean
language.
like one race, but maybe more like ethnicity related.
Right. Now you're in
Yeah,
ethnicity and culture. We're talking about race, though.
yeah, that's true. That's true. You know what? You're right about that. You're right about that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think there can be some reasons. Like, I think there was another guy up earlier talking about like one of his family members had a black partner and bringing that black partner into his white family was very rude to that partner. And so I could see how an experience like that could turn someone onto only dating their own race. Um, but I think if you are choosing to only date within your own race for any reason that's really just discriminatory or hateful, like yeah, that's kind of racist. But like if you've had bad experiences and you're really only comfortable and you've got some trauma there, I get that.
Okay. Let's say that a white person says they want to date only within their own race. Do you think that's racist?
Um, I probably. I mean, I don't really see why they would feel the need to. I don't feel like white people are particularly discriminated against. At least in this country, I don't feel
What
like
does
they're.
discriminated against have to do with anything?
What do you mean?
So if white person says they want to date within their own race,
I'm
what
I'm
is
saying like I don't
discrimination?
feel like most white people would have experiences that would lead them to have
What would
like
be a normal reason why a white person would feel more comfortable dating another white person?
what is the reason why? I mean, maybe if they share culture, but once again, that's not race.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah. Like
so
just for
don't make
racism?
excuses
No.
for it based on things that we're not talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah, yeah.
focus on
You're right.
race.
Yeah, yeah. Then
What
I'd say it is racist to only date
You
within
see
your own
what I'm
race.
saying? Because
Yeah, yeah.
honestly, the first question is like pride. Is it racist when white people are proud of their whiteness? Absolutely. Is
Oh,
it
for sure,
racist when
100%.
black people are proud of their blackness? Absolutely not. So that's what the first question is. That's the nuance in the first question. You're my
Okay,
last guest,
I
so
see what you're
I'm just
saying.
making it easy for you. But yeah, it's not racist when black people do it because we can't be racist. We didn't invent the idea of race. We don't benefit from the idea of race. We actually are subjugated the most by the idea of race. We're not racist. We
Oh,
have
for sure.
had bad experiences, like you said, with non-black people, and for that reason, um, it sometimes, well, most times, it is actually just better for us to stay within our own community, so we don't have to suffer from any more trauma. I would encourage it, but you got to let people do what they want to do.
Yeah, I think
However,
I quite
yeah,
agree with you on that. Sorry, I don't know if I made myself clear on that. That's what I was saying. Like, I understand if you've had traumatic experiences and stuff like that, and if you've got, like, it really depends on your race. Like, if you're a white person and you're like, I only want to date white people, that has some serious like white power undertones to it. Um,
right,
that seems very racist, and I think that's what I was trying
because
to say. Is it really
yeah,
depends on the circumstances, because I wouldn't say that I feel that it's racist for a black person to say that, because I understand that it's traumatic living in a society that is racist and there is systemic racism that exists. And, I completely get that it can be very hard and traumatic to date outside of your race as a person of color.
hmm yeah. Well, let's keep going. What else? What are your other
So
thoughts?
I don't really have a good enough opinion on the gender wars one.
Hmm.
I think to chime in because I'm not that well versed on gender wars and
Do you
stuff like
think
that.
feminism is anti-black?
I think feminism as it is right now, a lot of the times is anti-black, yes. I think
Okay.
there's not a lot of intersectionality in feminism, like current feminism.
Okay.
I think
Hmm.
a lot of modern feminist takes, like especially if we even look at like Taylor Swift, who's like this feminist icon right now. Um,
Really?
yeah, like I don't think she's very intersectional. Like
Wow.
I don't think she is. I think a lot of the things that she talks about really comes from like her privileged place, and she doesn't.
I'm really Taylor Swift surprises me because I don't know how she's still a thing. Um, I know exactly how, but
Yeah.
you know, the thin lip community can ignore some things when they want to, and it's just
Yeah,
wow.
I
You know.
I think there's a lot of intersectionality missing from the feminist movement right now.
Can I
Um,
chime in
Did
on that Taylor Swift?
uh-huh.
Real quick, just like real quick, real quick. I
yeah,
promise I'm gonna be like 2 seconds. Um, Taylor Swift used feminism so people can't bully her.
I agree completely.
Mhm.
Selena
Yeah.
Gomez as well.
The
No, I would agree.
there was a far right magazine that said Taylor Swift was their Aryan goddess.
Oh my God,
Um
that's
and she
ridiculous.
was asked to condemn it and she never did.
Wow, that's insane. Sorry, I haven't heard this. I'm not that into Taylor Swift. I
Yeah.
just know that she's like people talk about her in relation to feminism all the time, and that's why I said I wasn't really in a
Well,
place
she
to
didn't
answer the
condemn
gender
it
wars
because a
question.
lot of her audience is yeehaws. So she knew if she said
Yeah,
something,
fair.
she would lose them.
That's fair. That's
So
fair. I live in the South,
yeah.
so I'm very aware of those people and that they
Yeah.
exist. So, um,
Okay.
and so I guess the next question, can black and white cultures fully coexist? I don't think they can currently, because I think a lot of white culture currently does rely on the oppression of black people. Um, and other races as well. So I don't think currently they're in a state that they can coexist. I think maybe in the future. I would hope so in the future. Um, but currently I don't think
Um
so. I mean,
I
like
hear
they
you.
can
I hear
coexist on the same planet. I don't think we need to merge the cultures.
what is white culture?
Hold on, Leslie.
What is white
Hold on.
culture?
Ma'am Hannah, how you doing? My name is Bob. I just have one question for you.
Yeah,
Can you remind me what your race is again?
I'm white.
I walked away from my phone and
I'm white.
I didn't catch everything. Understood. Can you help me understand what white culture is? Can you break that down in 3 bulletins? What is the definition of white culture, or what is white culture? Just 3 quick bulletins to help me understand if we're on the same page.
Okay. Can I have just like 1 second to like think about that and organize my thoughts real quick?
All right. Yep.
Thank you so much. No, don't sing. You're making it hard.
Oh, okay.
Um, so okay. So here's the thing that I have trouble answering with this, and I would say I have the same difficulty. Are we talking about like white culture in America specifically, or are we talking like white culture across the globe?
Ma'am, my name is Bob. You
America.
say you're
America.
white,
Where you live at, America.
you're. Hold on, Lala. I'm Bob, and I just want to understand if me and you on the same page, Hannah, on what
Hmm.
YT culture is. What is that for us? Or what? I'm sorry. What is that? Just so I get an understanding. What's white culture? Because I heard about black culture, but I just want a little
Hmm.
bit of understanding on what white culture is. Because I'm a little slow, and sometimes I
Yeah.
need people to break things down in 3 bulletins, or 3 definitions, or 3 explanations, so I just get a bit of understanding. What is white culture, ma'am?
And I think this would vary from person to person too, because everybody has a different experience within their old culture. But for me, like my culture is just the things that have been passed down to me from my family, like the food that we eat.
That's a
And like I
tradition.
said, there is a lot of, like some people are saying in the comments, there is a lot of colonialism with that. I completely agree. Um, and that's why I said I think a lot of white culture relies on the oppression of black people and stealing from other cultures. Um, but like there are still some bits of culture that have been passed down.
That's tradition.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
If it's your family, if you individualize it, if you zoom it
Hmm.
into your family, it's just tradition.
can I
Hmm.
Culture is, like you said, global. Anywhere you go, there's white people, there's a culture there. What do they all have in common? What did they come together and say, this is what defines us?
tell you what your
And
culture is?
I
Can
Lala,
I
couldn't
tell
say
you what
what
your
excuse
is
me,
culture
one.
is,
Lala,
Hannah?
no, no,
Real
no,
quick.
Lala, 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 or Lele, whatever your name is.
Not you,
I just
not
need some
not you,
understanding. I
not
need
you. Whatever
assistance
your name
from
is.
Hannah for for assistance from Hannah to help me
Hmm.
understand. I'm a little slow. What the other 2 talking points or angles or definitions of white culture is? You mentioned stealing from black people, Miss Hannah.
Hmm.
I just need 2 more. If you can do that, or at least 1 more, because I just
Yeah.
need a little help just understanding what white culture is. I'm sorry, Lala or Layla or La or whatever's going on up there, sister love. Just if Hannah can help me, Bob, understand, white culture. I just need a little bit of assistance, just a little bit.
Um. See, once again, yeah, I'm really bad. I don't think I've, I'm just gonna be frank here in a minute. Like, I don't think I've sat and like thought about what
You
to
know
do
what black
functionally
culture
good.
is?
Um. I once again, I don't think I could clearly define it that quickly. Um.
What food did your family pass down?
What food did my family pass down?
Yeah, you said
Um.
that food that your family passed down. What kind of food do you eat
So
for your
like some
family,
of the
like at
things that I
Thanksgiving?
eat quite often are like, at Thanksgiving.
What do
Okay,
you eat?
Thanksgiving I eat turkey. I eat
Mm,
dressing. I eat mac and
mm,
cheese.
mm.
I mean, those are
These
like
these
my
are
things.
all these are all foods that were taught to your family by black people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Especially the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
Oh, for sure. I completely agree on that.
so black culture is black culture. The food we eat, the music we make, the dances we have, our hairstyles, how we fashion ourselves, how we fashion our clothes. Um, White culture is the fact that my culture and the food that we eat ends up on your Thanksgiving table.
Yeah,
White
I can see
culture
that.
is people that take other people's land, take other people from their land, take other people's food, for example, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and put a white man's face on the side of the box, and taking other people's religions, things like that. That's white culture.
And
So
Hannah, just excuse me, host, legend. I just
mhm.
have one last question. Hannah, do you guys put raisins in your potato salad the way my cousins do? Do you
No,
guys
we
do that?
don't.
Okay, that's the last question I have. I just needed some help and assistance from you, just to ensure you and I were on the same pace.
Yeah.
Thank you
I'm
for
sorry, guys.
clarifying those questions.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And thank you for letting me come here because I am trying to broaden my horizons a bit and understand some things better because like I said, I grew up in a very rural and racist area and I'm trying to put myself out there so I can understand other perspectives better. Um and like some of the things y'all are saying are really opening my eyes that I do have a little more introspection and thinking to do.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got some value from that. Basically, the nuance in that, every question here has kind of like a caveat,
Mhm.
nuance type deal. So for this one, black and white cultures cannot fully coexist. Keyword there is fully as well,
Yeah.
because that would mean that they would exist within full expressions of themselves. I, for example, have locks in my hair, and I can't wear that to certain courtrooms in the South. It is illegal, even for my children to go to certain schools. They would be kicked out of school if they had the natural hair that grows out of their head.
Oh,
Um,
yeah,
s-
I've heard of that
so
in schools. I've never heard of that in courts. That
Oh
is
yeah, in court
absolutely
I couldn't show
ridiculous.
up. Yeah, they I
No,
have
no,
to
no,
cut
I
my hair.
believe you. I'm
Yeah.
not questioning you at all. That is just
No,
I
I
am
I'm not saying you are.
flat
I'm just
I
saying,
am
yeah.
disgusted to hear that. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's life. And so because of that, um there's nowhere in the world where any indigenous or black culture has been able to coexist peacefully with white culture. White
Mhm.
culture was created to subjugate, colonize, disenfranchise, and oppress, enslave people specifically. So before that, Europeans didn't even call it Europe. But when they were over there in the western peninsula of Asia or the Eurasian continent, they had different cultures of themselves. They had Italian culture, which was started by black people. They had Greek culture or Mediterranean culture, which was also started by black people. There was Irish, which was also started by black people. So there was other cultures that didn't have a race itself tied to it, but there were cultures that we would look at today and say most of the people in that ethnicity are white, but it's not itself a white culture. So
Yeah.
there will never be a time when these two can coexist until race is deleted and there's no more such thing as race. We'll all go back to human, and that's going to take thousands of years. Until
Yeah.
that happens, it's not going to happen.
I was about to say I don't think it realistically anytime soon, like especially in the societies that we live in, that we can just completely eliminate race. Because whether we like it or not, like it's such an integrated part of our society these days that it's just there. Like you can say you don't see color, but like you have to because it matters and it matters in our society and people are affected and treated differently based off of it. Like it doesn't do any well to just pretend it doesn't exist. But it would be nice, one day if the concept of it was no longer, I guess, a thing that mattered, but I don't foresee that, as you said, happening for thousands and thousands of years.
Maybe not thousands. I would say 1,000. I mean, it hasn't been around that long, but I hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's really hard to
Cannot.
get rid of some hate.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's a lot easier to make it than it is to get rid of it. I'll say that for sure.
Hmm. All right.
But yeah.
So, last question.
So can non-black people be pro-black? Um, I mean, I think you can try. I think you can, and I think it's best to try and to um obviously like one big thing is like how you vote. Um,
Mm-mm.
donations, making sure you're putting like money where your
No,
mouth is. I
that's
think
not pro-black. None of that's
no,
pro-black.
no, no,
That's
sorry, sorry. I'm saying
anti-racist.
like I think there are bills and policies that are anti-black that
No,
people
no.
support.
Mm-mm.
Really?
There's no such thing as a pro-black law in this country. There's no such thing as a pro-black candidate in this country.
Hmm.
There's no pro-black party in this country. There are anti-racists, and sometimes the reason that question is there is because a lot of non-black people think that anti-racism is the highest achievement of pro-blackness that we have all been waiting for as black people. We're just waiting for racism to go away and then we'll all be happy someday. And it's like racism is not our problem. It is a problem that
That's a really
affects
good
us.
thing to point out. Thank you. Actually, I didn't think of it that way, but that's a really good way of reframing it. Yeah. Because,
Yeah.
I think we do, or I mean, we as white people, um, we often do equate anti racism with being pro black. And you're right, those are completely separate things.
Right. So yeah, there's anti-racism, and then there's us building in our own community in ways that won't benefit the white community,
Hmm.
unfortunately. But um, they'll be okay because when they built their communities, they didn't give a damn how it was going to affect us.
Yeah.
So, no other community actually gave a damn how it was going to affect us when they came and built their communities. But for some reason, our community can't do that because all we're trying to do is get rid of racism and then we'll be okay. Like, no, we are going to build our own communities in spite in spite of our oppression, but also uh, in our own best interests. So we also need to have the selfishness necessary for survival in this world in order to just create amongst ourselves. And so that's what pro blackness is. It is not something that's going to benefit a non black person. Pro blackness is the reason why when Africa has sovereignty over their land and their resources, America is going to have power outages and the American dollar is going to drop to hot doo doo. So that's not something that's going to benefit non-black people. Why would they even want to do that in the first place? If anything, it'd be better for them to go try to be anti-racist in the white community to try to
Hmm.
fix some of their problems. Lala, go ahead. What's good?
I just gotta ask her a question because you know what, brother, you said all of that right. Because America
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing but a third world country wrapped in a Gucci belt.
Hmm.
Um, so, what is it, Hannah? No, because I'm talking to you directly. Hannah is
Oh, no, sorry. I'm just muting because I was taking.
okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Where are you from?
I'm from the southeast US.
Where you from? Baby, I'm from the southeast. Where you from? Where
Uh,
your folks from?
can I just say the state? I don't really want to get too specific on here.
Girl, didn't nobody ask you for your city?
Okay, perfect. I'm from Georgia.
Okay, I'm from Alabama. Where your folks from?
My folks,
Mm-hmm.
my folks are from, damn, like my grandparents on both sides of my family were immigrants from.
From
Sorry, I'm trying to think real quick because I got to get it straightened out. So one of them, one set of them was from like the UK area, like Ireland, Scotland, those places, like Ireland and
okay,
Scotland.
okay, and then
Um,
the other one.
and then the other ones were from, I want to say France and Germany.
Okay, so you got that type of YT culture,
Yeah.
quote unquote, quote unquote. Nah, that's what I needed to know. Why I listen to you tell. What do you actively do to be anti-racist?
Me, well, right now I'm just trying to educate myself more on Black culture and what I can do to be better. Um, Obviously, like I try to not go out of my way to be racist. I'm trying to really educate myself on my unconscious biases right now as well, and actively correct those. Because I think, as a white person growing up in a society that is anti-Black, um, or definitely can be anti-Black, because like I said, I grew up in a very rural southern area, and there are a lot of people that are just openly racist here. Um, I'm I'm trying right now to work on myself so that I'm not being racist, and that I'm thinking about, you know, when I perceive someone, because like I said, even there's unconscious biases. Like I think there's been studies done on like police and stuff, and they found out that they found black men to look more aggressive than white men, things like that. And so like I'm trying to.
We ain't got to go that far
Oh,
down the
sorry,
rabbit hole.
sorry. I'm a
Yeah, good.
talker. I know. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I agree.
I see. But I had one more question for you. Do you consider yourself an ally?
I'm trying to be there. I don't think I'm fully there yet. I'm
Nope.
trying to be.
Nope. See, nope. You fucked up then.
Did I don't want to say I'm not an ally, but I don't
So,
think I'm perfect, and I don't think I got everything right.
ma'am, Miss Hannah, remember it's Bob down here. I just have
Yes.
one question for you.
Yes. Y'all,
You
please, like I
use
said,
the
correct me.
term try.
Yes.
My cousins are allies. They ensure that they are having the correct conversations with my other family members. But
Yes.
you seem to have difficulty responding to these simple questions, ma'am. I don't understand how you are an ally or anti-racist, but you are having extreme difficulties having the conversation in a black space. But I'm here comfortable up here. Remember, my name is Bob, and I'm not having these difficulties because I'm an ally. I uh I understand how to use my words. I don't have problems having uncomfortable conversations. And when I'm put on the hot seat, the way they say it in the black community, I'm not uncomfortable, nor do I stutter the way I hear you having these issues. So, ma'am, are you anti-racist? Are you an ally? Are you having these conversations with our cousins and brothers and sisters in our white community? Or are you, I think the word is cosplaying? Pretending to be someone you're not
Well,
on
Bob,
an online platform, and I just want I need a little assistance to ensure that you are doing what you claim you're trying to do, and you're informing your our brothers and sisters in the white community of who not to be, because it's not that difficult. So I just have that one question: what are you doing off of this app to
he
inform
anti-racist.
our brothers and sisters, cousins, in the white community, what they shouldn't be doing, or are you even taking that plight as I think they call us Caucasians or European? I don't understand the terminology myself, but if you can help me, understand if we're in the same conversations off of TikTok. Are you having these conversations with our fellow brothers and sisters in the white community? I just want to understand because I'm a bit confused. Just a bit confused. I'm gonna mute because I'm a bit uncomfortable myself while we're having this conversation. But I'm
Bob,
just Bob
Bob,
from
Bob, I got
your
one
next
question.
your next door neighbor, and I just need a bit of understanding.
Bob, I got a question for you. Why did your accent turn to British?
Start sounding like Nigel Thornberry's.
I'm I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable responding to that question. I am feeling intimidated on a panel with my cousin Hannah, and you know, I just want to understand if we're on the same in the same. We have the same ideologies, or
All right,
yeah,
look.
yeah.
Hannah,
Hannah, if you can please answer
Hannah,
that for me, like
I'm
real.
sorry.
she
I
ain't
don't want
gonna
to talk
answer
over
that.
anybody. I was trying to let y'all finish speaking.
Go ahead, Hannah.
Sorry, sorry. One of the comments caught me. Um, no, I'm having those conversations with the people in my life.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up. Um, and keep having those conversations. We wish you the best of luck. Um, have
Thank
a good
y'all.
night.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me up here. I'm sorry
Mm-hmm.
that about
Don't be sorry.
but
It's
thank you
okay.
so much for giving me an opportunity to
Mm-hmm.
learn and to be here. I really appreciate it.
All right.
All right, thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
All right. Should I take another guess? I guess I could since we're doing it.
Bruh.
I was supposed to be in bed at 10 o'clock, but y'all got me up late. I gotta work tomorrow.
You be
I'll
unaliving
take
me
one
with
more
the
guess.
hot.
Really quickly, before I drop, because I'm so uncomfortable. Guys, there is 300 plus people in the comments. I'm sure we can get to about I think they say it's likes. If you guys tap the screen for about the next 4 minutes, we can definitely get to about, I think, 145k likes. Just ensure that you guys are supporting the host, Mr. Legend, they call him. Send him gifts, some cat paws, and money guns or anything if you have it. Ensure you hit the link in the bio, get him to 145k likes, and support the co-host Lala. And I'm Bob, and this was my TED Talk. Y'all have a good one. Tap the screen, share the live, man. Host the panel, man. I mean, gift the brother Legend, man. Get these likes up, man. Go gift them, and let me get the hell out of here, man. I'm gonna drop, bro.
All right, brother Bob.
Y'all have a good
Appreciate you,
one, man.
man. All
This
right,
shit was
man. One
crazy
love, brother.
tonight.
Yeah. All right. Everybody that will speak, that's my brother. Y'all should also follow him. Aaliyah, I think it's Aaliyah Weiner. Could I have your age, race, and pronouns?
Hi, Elia Weiner. I don't like my last name anyway. Uh, I was born in 77. I think that makes me like 46. Uh, and I'm white and my pronouns are she, her, they, them.
Okay, thank you. And go ahead, answer the questions or whatever you
Thank
want to talk
you.
about. The floor is
I,
yours.
I didn't realize this was the end of your thing. I just sort of wandered in to this
Uh,
and was like, oh, fun. Yes, I want to say something. Uh, so I don't know. Uh, are you guys feeling like you just want to go to bed? Like, are you done with this thing? I don't need to talk.
I just
I mean,
Christmas, baby.
what did you want to talk about? I mean,
I just wanted to say that I hope that 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 white people can be pro-black because, in my opinion, the future is pro-black, and I agree with what you said about that. There's nothing pro-black in this country, and I'm part of the general strike movement that's pretty anti-whiteness, uh, and we're doing our
anti-white.
best. Well, we're doing our best to make it our business to dismantle the current system and then get out of the way and let just anybody else do the next thing. That's kind of what we're about.
So y'all need help.
Huh?
So y'all need help
Uh,
moving
well,
on
no, no,
in the world.
no. I mean, we're doing it. It's generalstrikeus.com if you're curious. Like, we
Girl,
want everybody that we're a very consent based thing, and we're also like we're super risky and crazy. Like, do you remember? Burning Man. The Burning Man got blocked by some crazy white people, right?
I don't know who that is, yo.
Oh, Burning Man. You don't know about
Um,
Burning Man?
We not about to do all of that. I just
all
asked
right, wait,
you
hold on,
if
hold on,
I'm
hold on,
sorry.
hold on.
you
I don't want to derail the conversation. So, um, what do you mean by anti-white?
Uh, just trying to dismantle white supremacy.
Okay, so anti-racist. Oh, she gone. I don't know what happened. She dropped.
because she went down a rabbit hole. Wasn't nobody trying to like
That was
her.
wild. I mean, honestly, what time is it? I can take someone
I'm
else.
gonna go to bed.
We don't do the anti-white. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, honestly, man, if I'm gonna give anybody grace let me be honest with y'all. If I'm gonna give anybody grace on my live for their ignorance, it's gonna be them. Only because I don't really give a damn whether or not they're educated on these topics or not. I make my content to educate us. So
Period.
to be honest, what's his name? Elmer Fudd that came up here, Mr. Wabbit season, that came up here. I get more triggered by brothers that come up here talking that mayonnaise than ignorant white tea folks. To be honest, I'm not worried about them. We are not anti-white. We are pro-black. So,
And just because I'm pro-black does not mean that I'm anti-white.
yeah, I'm definitely not worried about what the community got going on. I know they're used to everyone being obsessed with their community, so I know even that sounds racist to some of y'all. Like, he doesn't care about what's going on with white people. Like, no, calm down. You'll be okay. Kimber, could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, please?
I am 55, and I'm white, and I am a she, her.
It has been a flurry in here today. What's going on?
What do you mean it's been a flurry in here?
It's been a blizzard. Go ahead. What brings you up?
Well, I've been seeing a lot of these types of discussions recently, and I gotta say, I don't know if it's just more relevant down in the States, but up here in Canada, yeah, there's still racism, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't seem to be nearly as prevalent as what it is maybe in other countries. I don't know.
Didn't you say you're white?
Yeah, I am.
So how the hell would you know?
Friends in the community on all sides.
You need to stop. Your
What?
friends aren't. I have white friends. Well, I have white acquaintances too, and I'm not talking to them about racism. A lot of y'all can't even handle it. So,
Oh no, I have a lot of friends who are black.
how the hell would you know?
Because I listen to my friends, and I know that
No,
racism
but even
exists,
if
and
you
I
listen to
know
your
that they
friends, they're not
feel
going
it.
to sit down with you and explain how every time they walk out their door, they're confronted with some form of anti-blackness. You're not going to hear all the stories unless they've got a 24/7 camera strapped to their neck where you can see what's going on with them. You don't know.
I never said I could feel it. I said I know
I
it
didn't say you
exists.
could feel it. I
Okay.
said you don't know.
Well, how could I know? Because I'm not walking in your shoes. You're absolutely right.
Exactly. So why the hell would you come up here and say that there's a place where there is no racism? Where I'm
I
at,
didn't
it
say
just
that.
doesn't exist.
I
Why?
didn't say that.
Like that's like me saying, you know what's going on in Israel right now between Hamas and the Israeli people? That's like me going on a live where Palestinians are talking about or Israeli people are talking about what's going on with them, and I'm just like, you know what, guys? I don't see any anti-Palestinian things going on here, or I don't see any anti-Semitism in my community. I don't really see it. Like, why would you join a live about certain issues and then say that those issues don't exist? Like,
But I
what
didn't
is
say
wrong
that they
with you?
don't exist. I never said that. What I said is up here in Canada, like at least
No, yeah, but you're minimalizing it. Why would you even come up here to say that it exists in a lesser form? Why would you even come up here? Why would you derail the conversation like that? What is the purpose? As one of the people that benefit from this system of oppression,
is this not
white
sitting
people
for
are not
discussion?
indigenous to Canada. You exist in Canada only because of racism.
Yeah. But does it not say?
So how can you say it's not there? Or it's there in a lesser form. It's not a problem there. It's definitely a problem for the indigenous people of Canada.
Oh my.
That was already 5 because they had already did one for me.
Listen, I'm gonna call it a night, y'all. For y'all, listen.
Raise your blood pressure.
You know what I'm saying? Because what is even the point? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was gonna say. Don't let them and their ignorance like really actually be something that you think on beyond maybe hearing it and hearing how stupid it sounds on this live, because what she's coming up here saying is the same echoes that her ancestors taught her grandparents, which is the reason she believes it today, is that wherever they exist, for some reason, they don't see no racism. Everything's better here. I don't know. It's really not a problem around me. Like, you're white, so you can't see racism. Do you know that? I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret. All the thin-lipped people with pointy noses and light-colored eyes. Let me tell you a little secret. Come close. Listen very carefully. Are you listening? You listening? You can't see racism. You can't see it. It's invisible to you. That's what white privilege is. You can't see racism. So stop telling people
Oh,
who can see it that it's not there. You cannot see it. That's
somebody
it.
said, somebody said, just don't let it put you in a mental ghetto. What?
I don't know what that was supposed to mean.
I don't either.
Um,
That was confusing.
you know
And
what
then
I'm
they,
saying? But yeah. All right,
we
y'all.
gotta
I'm gonna
go.
go to
Yeah,
sleep.
because I gotta go.
Yeah.
Participate in capitalism.
I gotta go participate in Black Love. My wife is waiting on me. I appreciate
Okay.
y'all. Thank you for watching the live. I'm gonna post this on my YouTube. The button is in my profile. Join me on YouTube, and thank you, Francesca, for participating. Speak, appreciate you. Everybody, Isis, I see you. You're a subscriber. Thank you, Parmela. I know Hoodoo was in here. Thank you, Big Lala. Shout out to D Diva if you're still with us, sister. I'm just trying to think of all the thank yous, man. Dr. Days, my brother, appreciate you. Thanks for joining us, and I'll be back up tomorrow. Also,
What
if you
time?
want to learn more, actually have a productive conversation. You want to talk to me, ask any questions off of the live. B1initiative.org. The link is in my bio. Join our Discord there, and we can have more conversations off this app where I can really cuss you out if you say something ignorant. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace out.